It's good. You're
Hello, everyone, and
hello
Hello.
welcome to the best tabletop role playing stream this side of the Eastern Air Temple
with a goose.
with a goose. My name is Neon Graffiti. I am your game master tonight, and it's a pleasure to have you all here. But we're Legends of Logomancy. We do this every Monday, and these are my amazing players. I'm gonna start with James because he's at the top of my screen right now. How you doing tonight, James?
I am super excited to play the character that I'm going to be playing,
Yeah.
and
And then we've
the illness is
Ooh,
gone, which means I'm doing good, and I'm not going to be sick anymore. So, and I got a beer, so everything's
that's
good.
fair. What beer are you drinking?
This would be Crouching Tiger, the Asian rice lager by Vk Ruko, one of our sponsors for Roll for Beer.
That is an excellent on theme beer for tonight. And we have Geeky Baker, right?
Yeah, Geek Baker. This is my first time on Lego stream, and I'm very happy to be here. Also, I'm going to be one of the most chaotic players in this, and I'm very excited.
Right on.
I get
Oh
to
boy.
be,
I'm
I
just
get
gonna
to be
say
very chaotic.
that the Freudian slip of Lego stream instead of logo stream. I don't care. This can be a Lego stream from now on.
Yeah,
I
you know what?
apologize.
Scrap
For the
scrap
lost.
everything. We're all just gonna build Lego for the next 4 hours.
You know
Actually,
what? That
here,
sounds legit.
hear
Let's
me
build
out
our
on this.
characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit up a 3D artist, and I'm gonna get Lego VTuber avatars for everybody, and we're
You know
gonna
what?
play a
Yeah.
Lego RPG.
I'll join.
Nice.
Let's do
I
it.
started. I made
Let's
a
do it.
mistake, but I do have a Lego man on my stand, so I think it's appropriate.
He does have the high ground.
Sorry, Logo. Sorry, James.
And then
I'll
we
go cry in a
have
corner.
our lovely, lovely last player. We have Casper.
Well, yeah, Casper, I guess, was for my other game. Typically, I go by Nibble Nipple, but
Nibble nibble.
we'll keep that
Gotcha.
one off the stream so much. My name is Brian. I hang out in Calgary a whole bunch, play some online RPGs with people, and love doing it.
Awesome.
I played a couple games, or I've played one game with Logo before, and am in another one coming up, which will be Casper. And yeah, excited for all that.
You had
Okay.
Flippy Johnson before.
Flippy Johnson. Oh, he was such a good character. Still got all of his stuff on standby as well. Ready to go.
You better keep that detective hat around. I feel like it's very Raka as well.
That's kind of fair too. But yeah, this time we'll be playing Raka, a hip young upstart in the pro bending league who really wants to attend a college that our other player here runs and owns and might
Yeah.
let me in maybe.
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
For your own edification, take a look at the stream. Make sure that the overlays are displaying what you guys would like them to. I've got you listed as @NibbleNipple in there,
Sweet.
just to have something in there. I wasn't sure what your socials were or anything like that ahead of time. So.
I'm not big onto social media, to be completely honest. I'm in it for the love of the game.
That's fair. I like it.
Yeah.
Nibble and nipples.
Except for,
Excellent.
well, OF.
Oh,
Won't drop
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's totally fine. Logomancy has an OnlyFans page.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I needed when we first started.
What? Wait.
Well, then you can
I
catch
just
me
went to
at
go check on the
Project
stream
Passion.
to make sure everything was up. I need you to scroll back 5 seconds. What the fuck did I just miss?
So
Now we're talking OnlyFans.
Okay, cool.
When we first got started, and I went through and mass created everything across the internet to claim Logomancy for things.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
We're like, all right, well, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to have a lot of different people in the community appear on the channel. And the last thing that I want is somebody being like, going to OnlyFans and being like, I want picture of Nibble Nipple's feet and saying that it's Logomancy and looking for your feet. If anybody is going to profit off of your feet, it's going to be me.
It's gonna be James.
You signed a contract and fine print. It says will
fact,
sell
actually,
feet.
I signed a contract today. It had the little in small print. It was like, if you sell your feet,
Yeah.
Logomancy gets a cut
100% revenue of specifically feet-based.
of
Yeah.
feet.
But It was more
So we're just
to
gonna
just claim the domain.
we're just gonna change the camera angles a little bit, and it's gonna be a
Yeah.
feed stream.
Oh,
We'll put googly eyes on them.
Yeah, exactly, and they'll represent our characters.
You gotta
Draw a
pick up
tiny
the
little.
dice with your toes.
We
Oh boy.
we did a intro to streaming presentation. Neon and I and David.
Yeah.
What, like a couple of weeks ago
Who did
now?
our wonderful overlays, by the way.
Indeed, yeah, he did.
they're
I'm
beautiful. I'm
gonna get
looking
him
at them now,
to
and I'm like, this is pretty.
I'm gonna get him to modify it a little bit and move the boxes underneath our cameras, so I can see
Mm.
most of Nibble Nipple's face. But
Yeah, I can just pan down a little bit.
oh, there it is.
Oh.
Own that beautiful chest hair. There it is.
Ooh.
But no,
Wanna
part
get
of the thing was talking about VTubers, and I actually downloaded Footcoon, which is just a foot with eyes that talks as
Yeah.
an example. Thing. I ended up
Oh,
going with
dear
Lambo
God.
instead, but here we are.
Well,
Anyways,
I'm sure when people clicked on Avatar Legends, I'm sure they weren't expecting.
They were expecting OnlyFans. This is what we deliver.
I like the Logomancy where they talk about feet for a long time. But let's dive right into it. For those of you who are unaware, Avatar Legends is a tabletop role-playing game that was released just a few years ago. It's by the Powered by Apocalypse system. So if you don't know anything about that system, we're going to be rolling a lot of D6s tonight. And it's a very story and narrative based system. This is my first time running Avatar Legends. I think this is our first time all collectively playing Avatar Legends. So there's going to be some bumps. There's going to be some little moments where we go, let me check the rules on that. Bear with us, come with us, learn with us. Because it's gonna be a fun time.
the biggest thing is that you don't roll any dice.
Yeah, I don't roll any dice tonight. I signed myself up to run a stream where I don't get to roll any dice. I don't get to do any mischievous behind the screen rolls to see if anyone's gonna suddenly explode. It's just me with my words telling other people to roll dice for me. So one thing that really sets Avatar Legends apart is that instead of just focusing on the Last Airbender or Legend of Korra series, they've decided to include a whole bunch of different eras that are really, really well and diverse. You have everything from Kyoshi to, of course, the 100-Year War, to Avatar Aang's era, to the Republic City era, which is where we will be playing tonight. But without any further hesitation, let's dive right into it.
I thought you were saying heresy.
Without any heresy.
I think
This
I gotta
isn't
go.
Warhammer. What is this? Not yet.
James, if we weren't having any heresy, I wouldn't be here.
There's that.
I commit crimes and heresies only. But let's dive right into it. In the busy streets of Republic City, there is a small time mom and pop appliance shop. It's in a back alley, it's worn down, it's well loved, and around this shop stands a small crowd of people. They're all listening to a very old school wooden radio. The announcer is going on about the daily ins and outs of Republic City, weather, news reports, the latest government issues. And in this crowd, we find our first character. Rulong, would you like to kind of give us a little description of who you are, what you're doing, what you look like?
Hi, I'm gonna be playing Rolong, Geek Baker, but Rolong is my character. They are they/them pronouns. They do not discriminate if they're female, male. They don't care. They are a ex-Air Temple monk, who decided that wasn't their life, and they went on the run and started pickpocketing and thievery. They're around 5, 6. Always wears like a scarf or something to keep like no one getting their faces so that no one sees like who they are. So when they pickpocket, they can't be split out of the crowd. However, when they're not thieving, they take off the mask. It's just they have like half of their head shaved and the other half is a long black hair. They wear a big flowy jacket and jeans and like a tank top. Inside their jacket is where they store all their stolen goods, so no one can find them. Just, I got what you need, like that type of style. And yeah, that's what my character pretty much looks like.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a little backstory. I don't want to give everything away.
for
That's
sure.
no fun.
And standing in this crowd of people listening to kind of, the announcer go on about, the weather in Republic City is, we're looking at degrees of 15 degrees Celsius today, and news in from the Earth Kingdom. Like, what are you doing in this crowd of people? Are you listening in? Give
Um,
us a
uh,
little bit of emotion.
well, 100%. It's a crowd of people. My character is all about let's make some money. So they would be just going around, just like taking some coin. It's like going into people's pockets, taking what they can, making sure not to get caught. They had to be sneaky like that.
Mhm.
So they're just walking around, just like while everybody's distracted, picking up coins and everything, making sure that no one's noticing that they just slip their hands in, slowly steal what they can, put it in their trench coat, and go on to the next person.
I am going to just kind of slow roll us into the game here. I'm gonna have you roll a rely on your skills in training. Um, so this is when you rely on your skills in training to overcome obstacles, gain new insights, or perform a familiar custom role. So on a hit, which you have rolled a hit. So on a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. Uh, Your GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. You accept
Oh,
those
we talk about
consequences and you're going to mark 1 fatigue. So you're going to see on your sheet there, you're going to have a little fatigue track. Fatigue just tracks kind of how you're exerting yourself. So for the audience who can't see our screens, each character has 5 fatigue points that they can mark down. Fatigue is just, like I said earlier, exerting yourself. This can be either through taking damage or being put in disadvantaged situations.
Disadvantageous situation.
Thank you, James. My friend was like trying to find the word, and it was like the claw machine at the arcade, just like
You almost got it.
slipping
You
out
almost
of it.
got it. Slip.
Yeah.
Ooh, I have been chosen.
So in Avatar Legends, we don't have hit points. We have fatigue and we have balance. Fatigue is your physical exertion. You have balance, which is your beliefs. Every character you see tonight is going to have 2 opposing beliefs and ideals that they have to adhere to. For example, our good friend Rolong here has friendship and survival that are in opposition of each other. And as we play the game, those 2 balances, those 2 ideas, we put into tension with each other in a very Avatar-like state. This this game loves playing with balance, and so does the show, and I'm very excited.
Can we talk
If a
about how
char-
the
yeah,
symbol is the fish? And
yeah,
that's
the symbol,
emotionally damaging.
yeah, the symbol for the balance, they use the moon koi, which, for those of you who know me, I have
Yep.
on my arm. It's incomplete, but it's there.
Mm.
So
As
yes.
we're using Roll20 for all of these, and we are a Roll20 stream primarily, each of the playmats that you guys are looking at under basic moves, if you click each of the basic moves, it'll roll it for you. But if you click the little thought bubble or speech bubble to the side, it'll throw into chat context of what that means and how
Mhm.
that mechanic works. So if you're not sure what push your luck means, you can go into the playmat, which is free for everybody, and pop that up. Let me
Mhm.
let me deal with that for a second. I'm apparently quieter than everybody else.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Mommy Luigi.
Mommy Luigi.
Shout out to Mommy Luigi.
Shout out to Mommy
Uh,
Luigi.
Shout out to next NPC name. Uh,
Mommy Luigi runs the little
Yeah.
Runs the
mom and pop shop.
yeah. So yeah,
Boop,
so
boop.
you're in a mark of fatigue, and as you're kind of picking pockets and using little bits of kind of airbending technique to surf through this crowd, like a leaf gently floating on the breeze, you misstep just slightly by 1, and you do bump into a guy. And he turns around and goes, "Hey, hey," and he reaches into his pocket where his wallet was. He goes, "Hey, thief!"
Gotta go.
And like that, the crowd turns on you, and they all start reaching for their pockets and stuff. You've made some money, but they have noticed. And it is time to go.
It's time to go. It's time to skedaddle. It's hey, nice. You know what? I just realized I have things to do. It's nice seeing you guys. We're listening to the radio together, and I'm just gonna head out.
And just at that moment, the radio switches to a full big band, and we cut to a chase scene of you running down the street with a crowd of people on your tail. And as that continues, our camera pans up, goes across the city to a very quiet and still place. On a hill in the central park of Republic City meditates an older woman who is gaining her balance, maybe enjoying a cup of tea. And we come down on Auntie Terumi.
Oh, how's that? Am I coming through okay now? Y'all can hear me.
You
just
sound
fine?
better now.
Yeah, you sound better now. Yep.
I like it. Must have adjusted filters for the other Paladin stream earlier. So I like it.
So tell us a little bit about what we see, what you're up to.
So in this quiet place, I feel like it's quiet because there is a threat involved.
Mm.
And leaning over a long table made out of rich mahogany, mahogany is a tall, well-muscled, not aged woman, but she's probably past middle age. Super muscular shoulders down into a well-trained, seasoned body of blues and fishnets for days. I think is the accurate depiction here. Long red hair covering kind of like one eye, and she's leaning over into a table, and it's creaking and groaning under the pressure. And there's, I want to say, 14 other individuals in this room sitting around this table, weeping and or urinating into their chairs. The conversation as such, Auntie Terumi is one of the most notorious lava bending teachers in the Earth Kingdom, and is the pillar of the scoria style of bending, volcanic rock, that sort of thing. And has recently sponsored a pro bending team. To her credit, these insignificant, weak-livered folk that are in front of her have decided that they could try and vie for control on some bureaucratic matters, get in the way of her seeing things through in a strict, stern sort of way. She's very militaristic minded in a lot of things. And she has very little time and patience for nonsense politics, and a whole lot of patience for when things need to be done, you soldier on and get them done. So the some terrible politicking has begun, and she's essentially asked them to deal with it before she straight up murders every person in the room. The heat in the room is slowly rising. Everybody's a little hot under the collar. For all intents and purposes, Auntie Terumi goes by the affectionate term MILF.
We love Auntie Terumi.
Man, I love firebending.
Fun fact in the Avatar world, lava bending is earthbending.
It is earthbending.
Needs to be hard first before it can be hot.
Keep compressing.
That's all we have for tonight. No joke is ever going to be better than that. We'll see you next week. Yeah. So that this whole council of um we're gonna say it's mostly other kind of dojo masters from around town,
Mhm.
and we are seeing a mix of men and women in different like waterbender traditional robes and earthbending robes, and there's a few firebenders in there as well. Unfortunately, no airbending masters have yet been able to kind of come into the world in this capacity because we're starting our campaign about a year after the end of the Legend of Korra series. They're there. The Arabic Kingdom is coming back. The air nomads are coming back,
What do you mean?
but
Ugi's not a master airbender leading political
Oogie?
circles at this point?
Oh god.
No.
Pass.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, Janora and Tenzin's kids are all phenomenal, but they're
Our
just not
children.
quite old enough to be dealing in heavy politics yet,
Mhm.
although competent beyond their years. Um, and they're, yes, of course we will deal with this. We will make sure it doesn't happen again. We're so sorry um, to like disgrace your honor and the honor of your school and your dojo. We completely understand. Um, we're gonna we're I'm I have another meeting. And they all just collectively decide at the same time that they have another meeting they need to get to,
Mhm.
but they all promise that it's not the same meeting.
Yeah. I I like the idea that as they go and get out of their chairs,
Yeah.
it's got that, like, sticky, like, some of the clothes stay in the chairs, and
Yeah,
they
some of
just,
them are a
like,
little
slide away.
stuck.
Yeah.
You went a little heavy on the lava bending a little bit, so like the chairs got a little molten.
The threat exists.
The threat exists constantly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and with that business done, I think you kind of stand up, brush yourself off, and check the time, check the clock. It's about time to start heading to the arena to set up and get things kind of starting to ringmaster for your team. So
They had better be ready to roll, unlike last
yeah,
time.
for sure.
I'm gonna, like, have to whip Rocka into shape a little bit because
Yeah,
I mean, he was late last time, and he's gonna get it. He's
he's
gonna
gonna
get
get
it.
it.
He's got
Absolutely.
earthbending to uphold the tradition of. I can't do it
Hmm.
for him.
Not yet.
Yeah, and as you kind of step out of this little building, this little like meeting room in the middle of this central park area, it has a little bit more of like an air nomad kind of style to the building. um, just because it was more of a memorial for Aang and the Airbenders and the massacre that happened years ago now. Um, you step out and you are immediately hit by a whirlwind as Erlong speeds by, followed by a crowd of very angry civilians
I did
who are
nothing,
all
I
trying to chase
swear.
down their wallets.
Mhm.
That's what you get. You get, I did nothing, I swear, as it zooms past you. As they zoom past you.
You see immediately that stereotypical animation style of like she's making a fist and it like her eyes go pure white
Oh
and she's
yeah.
upset like move along.
I did nothing. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Somebody's gonna get punched later.
Oh god.
Yeah. And you join the angry crowd.
Oh no. I'm so screwed. I was just trying to make some money. I swear.
Absolutely. Um and as the dust cloud clears this scene, our camera fades and transitions to uh inside the pro bending ring training arena, where we find our last party member, Raka, who's probably tossing some stones, practicing technique,
Mhm.
and getting in the last minute kind of practice, probably with a few other pro bending members who are there, kind of utilizing the facility as well. Maybe some sparring matches. We'll see.
Yeah, so you would see a about 5'6", 18-year-old, clean shaven, very short hair. He's got a green bandana tied up around his head. He's in shorts and just like kind of a green vest. Um,
Mhm.
green is like kind of his theme. He's always looked up to Bolin and has always been like he wants to partake in this like huge event, like be part of he was been part of the crowd before. He wants to be part of the main event. And so that's why he's met up recently with Aunt Tarumi, and he's wanted to go, or probably not met up yet, but has at
Is
least
The
wanted
tournament
to.
the tournament has been going for a little bit now.
Okay,
We're
yeah,
getting into the last 3 or 4 matches.
okay,
So you are familiar with each other, you know each other, um, and you are starting to become a cohesive team at this point.
beauty, yeah. But yeah,
does
so part of why he wanted to uh, be in this team as well is that knowing of Antarumi's school, he's kind of got a side bet with her that if they win the tournament, he might or she might give him a shot. Not guarantee
Mhm.
him access to the school, but at least a tryout.
is Rocka? You mentioned Bolin being his hero. Is it
Mhm.
Bolin or is it Nuktuk? Is Nuktuk the hero of the
Yeah.
South, the movie star, actually Rocka's hero?
Honestly, never seen a Nuktuk movie. Nope,
Oh,
not
Mm.
not Bolin is too much of his hero for him to see him in that light. He's like, no, that's not my man.
that's like being like, no, no, I like Dwayne Johnson. Who is this rock character you speak of? I've never
Yeah,
seen them before.
exactly. I'm never gonna watch him wrestle ever. Nope, too good of an actor.
Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Um,
slinging rocks with the other guys and just having some battles there, and eventually just taking one too many to the chest and collapsing backwards. And all right, it's time to hit the showers.
yeah, let's take a moment in that. Um, so you're, practicing form and you are tossing kind of those legal standardized stone discs
Yeah.
that pro benders use into like kind of a net, kind of practicing that like left right hook.
Mhm.
And Moo, the earthbender from the Turtle Ducks team.
This mother.
The Turtle Ducks is, of course, sponsored by the Cabbage Company, Corp.
Not my
Comes up to you,
cabbages.
not
Mm-mm.
your
No,
cabbages.
no, I get them from down the other street.
Exactly. Uh, he comes up and he goes, "Hey, like, I know we're about to go into a match tonight, um, but like, I see you're tossing, you're practicing your form. What about just like a friendly little spar, just you and me, back and forth?
Ha, just a spar? Bring it on.
First to hit." And he kind
All
of
right.
Remember,
squats down.
you have the honor of the basalt geese um,
Yeah.
uh, on the line here. The basalt geese should never be dishonored in a sparring match.
I'll try
Is
not
that the
to.
name of your bending team? Basalt Geese?
The basalt geese, yeah.
I
Oh
love
boy.
that.
I bet.
Volcanic rock that is hard and terrible, and geese, which are deadly and deceptive.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Snake chickens.
Yeah.
I have salt stones behind me I could pull out.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also I bet Aunt Tarumi gives a mean hot stone massage.
Oh, probably.
And remember, that's
Uh,
To
basalt geese,
herself
not
only.
bath salt geese.
the
No, no, no,
basalt
no, no,
geese.
Start eating each other's faces. We got a problem.
no.
Yeah, that's a different team for a different sport.
But
Uh,
I immediately bring up 2 discs as
yeah.
shields.
Yeah, and Moo kind of is like mirroring that stance, like, yeah, like, come on, let's go. This is
I'm
gonna be
gonna try to
so
Captain
fun.
America him and
Yeah.
launch a shield off my
So
wrist.
we are going to have you rely on your skills and trainings again.
All right.
Um,
So 2d6? Is
yeah,
that correct?
2d6, or you can just click rely on your skills and training.
Under
Oh, okay.
basic moves.
Um,
Yep.
and the
Basic
basic moves on the
moves.
right hand side of your sheet.
There we go. Hit.
Awesome, that's a hit. So you are you kind of toss that disc, um, and it comes through, and Moo at the last second kind of does a quick like firm stomp down that
Uh-huh.
launches a disc from the ground straight up and kind of blocks it, and it intercepts, and the two discs kind of crumble to the side. Since it is a 7, you're going to mark a fatigue, and I'm going to say that Moo, in the meantime, after taking that defensive stance, follows up with his own kind of right hook and tosses a disc back towards you, and is going to mark you with a impaired status.
Oh no.
So impaired,
I see. There we go.
if you see on your sheet, yeah. So you're slower or off balance. You mark 1 fatigue, which you have already done, and you take a -2 on all physical actions. And you choose 1 fewer techniques per move. So he's kind of inebriated. He's put you off balance for your next interaction here.
Okay.
Right before the big
Yeah, what do you-
match, Rocka, you should have known better, bud. They're just gonna get you.
that was a pretty strong open. You're leaving yourself a little wide on the counterattack there. Come on.
Yeah, well, that's just because I want to hit you again. And I guess I'll throw him another one.
Yeah. throw another rely on your skills and training. You just gonna throw another one? You want to do anything like funky fancy?
No, I'm just gonna try and hit him again.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Does Rocka have bad overdubbing?
Nice.
Where he's like, "Your bending is weak,"
Oh yeah.
and your mouth keeps going.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
never
okay.
catch me.
Love it.
Yeah. So you're relying on your skills and training. You once again kind of throw that second disc, and this time you're kind of aware what he's got going on for his defenses. So as he kind of starts to bring up that shield again to try and block it in the same way, you shift the earth just underneath him just slightly, and he stumbles, and that disc lands on his shoulder, and he goes, "Okay." He kind of stumbles back, and he's like, I see it. Good hit.
Take that.
Save some of that for the match tonight. You got skill. I've been watching.
All right. Well, you have skill too. Thanks for the match. I really need to hydrate here.
We do
It's
all need
important.
to hydrate.
Not
Thank
just
you for the
waterbenders.
everyone hydrate preamble.
It's eggnog. I don't know if that counts.
Tamari's used to thirsty bastards.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "All right, I'm gonna hit the shower. I gotta rest up before I take you down tonight." Oh,
Wink.
Yeah.
and he
Are
kind
you
of
flirting
stretches
with
and
me?
All right. Well, don't use all the hot water, you jerk. Okay. Fine.
you're really bad at this.
What is he bad at? What?
Bad at like half the game is the talk, man.
Well,
Don't
Look,
take all. Come on.
I'm not here for talk. All right, and I'm gonna shift the ground underneath him again, just to
What?
knock him off his balance a little bit.
You're here for rock?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna shove him into the locker room and like slam a rock door behind him.
Wham.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You
Get out of
use your
here.
thinking to like shove him into the locker room and close the door behind him.
I just gotta say, you just rock blocked yourself. He was offering you hot shower time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Should have
That's
taken it
fair.
around.
Okay.
That's fair.
You have your
Rock
own
is
hot
too
shower
goal
time.
orientated right now to deal with
Yeah.
romance or
Rocka
whatever
working
that
on
could be.
Rocka.
Yeah.
Rocka working on Rocka. Yeah. And with that, let's say you kind of hit the showers and you're starting to kind of clean up and get yourself ready for tonight. And in the showers, you run into your waterbending teammate, the Tsunami. You'd think maybe there's a name. You're like, maybe it's like, like Kornok or like something, Nuktuk, anything. He's only ever told you that it's the Tsunami and only refers to himself as the Tsunami.
Mhm.
And he's like this tall, hulking, muscular waterbender, which is weird because normally people kind of show waterbenders as like these live, like they can be built, but they're more lithe and
Cora's dad was fucking jacked.
Cora's
Oh,
dad was jacked. I
oh,
forgot
he
about
was
Cora's dad. I'll be
jacked.
Yep.
real with you.
He
I
was,
forgot about that man, and now I'm remembering that man.
and
And
Cora
his
was
whole
Might
jacked
tribe
need a
too.
too.
second. Hold on.
Yep.
Cora
Yeah.
was jacked too. Cora picked up like the whole
Oh
family,
yeah, no,
and her dog
Cora.
just lived.
Cora is jacked. This is true. But they're not usually like towering mountains of people. He is a towering mountain of a man in a way that only an earthbender really is ever pictured. But he swears he's a waterbender, and you've seen him bend water.
Mm.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
It's just gravel. Very fine gravel.
Very
It's
fine.
very
Yeah.
fun. It's sand.
Lapis
Blue
lazuli.
sand.
Yeah. And he looks at you and goes, "The tsunami was pleased with your training. You
Ah.
showed him what for."
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed the training, Tsunami. Or pardon me, the Tsunami. Don't want to say
The
that wrong.
tsunami.
Are you excited for tomorrow? You
It's
ready?
Tonight. Tonight
Oh
is
shit,
the
it's tonight.
match.
I'm always late. Sorry, man. I
Tsunami is
would have
always ready
fucking
for
not
the
even been there.
match. Get in the showers.
One thing that Rocco will learn, should he be fortunate enough to join Auntie Tamari's school, is that a steamy shower montage is there is always time.
Always time.
Rock is
I love
gonna
the tsunami so much.
The tsunami must be clean.
Rock is
and
gonna
I
go up to
am-
one of the shower
Yeah.
and like throw up 3 walls
Yeah,
and make
for
a,
sure.
little,
Ka-chong.
a shower stall for himself.
The
Rock
tsunami is
very
comfortable
self-conscious.
in his sexuality and gender expression and does not require walls.
He's
And-
wearing pants.
100% Winnie the Poohing it, but he is also bending like a globule of water around his waist so you can't actually see anything.
I like it.
Why not just magnify it? Just like
No, it's too much. It's
Too
much
turbulent.
movement.
Yeah.
It's too turbulent. It's like refracting it. All you get is like skin colors like reflecting.
The
reflecting
tsunami
in the
doesn't
glass.
need the money from pro bending because
No.
he's already like a wealthy individual from inventing the tsunami. It's a patented bidet system.
It is. That's his family. Actually, his family is the tsunami family.
Yeah.
And
For waterbenders by waterbenders.
I also want to take this moment to shout out our good friend Riley, who was going to play with us tonight. And his character was going to be the tsunami, a waterbender from the Earth Kingdom. So I wanted to honor that because I thought that was such a great idea.
Oh, that's an amazing character.
So thank you, Riley. Hope you're doing well
Mhm.
and taking some time for yourself. Okay. And we are going to kind of fade to black on that scene. And
I have no idea what we're going to.
and Teacher Rumi, you have chased yourselves around town and are now kind of starting to come to an end of this chase scene. You've lost a majority of the people. Most of the crowd saw Auntie Terumi get in on it and went, "No, thank you." I
like to think
she
that
can deal with it.
The structural property damage as we go is like, oh, there's a bunch of buildings that are slowly starting to puddle.
Yeah,
a little bit.
like there's definitely something to be said for the construction and earthbending infrastructure around any city in Avatar. Just like it's only a year after the assault of Kuvira on Republic City and the opening of the third spirit portal in Republic City by Avatar Korra. It would take, our regular real life civilization years to rebuild after the spreading of the vines and the attack of the giant mecha and like everything. Through the power of bending, it's about a year and Republic City is looking pretty much okay.
Yeah.
There's still a few dents and dings here and there, and the spirits and the vines are still an adjusting point for a majority of people, but everything is okay. This sprawling metropolis is once again a bustling social hub. So much so that this bending tournament was able to happen. This is the first bending tournament since the attack of of Amon and his people in season 1 of Legend of Korra that kind of shut down pro bending for a while. as crisis after crisis started to happen during Avatar Korra's kind of most prominent era. But now people are okay, and we're able to meet for such a wonderful tournament of pro bending. Now the main stage is 4-person bending teams: an earthbender, a waterbender, a firebender, and now featuring airbending, which, don't get me wrong, it took them forever to settle on the rules on how airbending was going to be allowed in the pro bending tournament and the ring and how to regulate that. But with some keen eyes and some keen judgment and advisory from Tenzin and Avatar Korra, they figured it out. And as we roll up the pro bending arena, a towering symbol to unity through people being really good at fighting each other.
Not wrong.
In a very safe way, in a very entertaining way. Rulong has kind of run out of breath, which is surprising for an airbender. And Antitrumi is catching up behind, but in the same sort of, okay, like we're here, the crowd has died down. The one guy that's still following you is like, you know what? Like,
Good.
we're gonna, and he kind of heads over to the railing of the bridge that you're on, because the pro bending tournament arena is kind of on its own little island. He kind of heads over towards the bridge, and you can hear him make that classic cartoon.
How does the pro bending with airbenders, is it like colored smoke coming out of a thing that they can only use?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the arena has been modified to now include little streams of that fine granular chalk that we use when people take those photos where it looks like the blue and the orange is like spilling out in smoke. There are little canisters of that around the arena that color the air, and if you are going to airbend, it does need to include a visible aspect, which has created quite a spectacular throughout this tournament as airbenders start to weave these colorful patterns across the stage, and it allows for our narrators and our sports commentators to make really astute and wonderful observations about shapes and colors and everything like that.
Helps with the moving pictures that Varric invented.
Yep. Yeah, movies are a thing in Legend of Korra, and they've gotten better. Varric has not been sleeping on the job. He has a lot of responsibilities as first man of Republic City, but he's always got time for his passions, and moving pictures make him money, and money is his passion.
I feel like having caught up to Rolong, Terumi grabs them by the scruff of the neck.
Hey, Auntie Terumi.
What have I told you about being a street rat?
Well, it was their fault. They weren't keeping an eye on their purses.
Enlighten me.
Well, they were listening to the news, and you know what? They need to be on their toes at all times, like you taught me. And so I decided that, we're not making much money in this pro wrestling thing.
She takes 2 fingers and starts beating you across the top of the head, right where your hair parts, and says, the tenets of the Scoria style are for warriors, not for plebeians.
So I get to wait, what is this?
I am going to say that this is a call out. This is a principal move. So
no! Damn it.
I'm going to say Auntie Terumi here is calling you out on your principle of where are you? Rulong.
Hi.
Of friendship. So
Oh
you
no.
need to deny a call out. So when you deny an NPC, we're gonna say it's a player character that is calling you to live up to your principle. Roll with that principle. On a hit, act as they say or mark 1 fatigue. On a 10 plus, their words hit hard. You must also shift your balance towards the principle, the called on principle. On a miss, you stand strong. So you want to roll low for this.
Okay, so I have a. It says right now. It says I roll with -3. Is that correct?
For friendship,
Or it just says denying a call out. It just says roll with -3. Should I just have that at 0 because I'm at 0 right now?
you should have that at 0 because you're
Okay, it
balanced in the
automatically
center
just
right
put
now.
it there. So
Oh, wild.
I got a
And
6.
I got a 6. Okay. So 6, I believe, is still a
It's
success.
a miss. It's a miss.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything
So
less than a 10.
anything less than a 10, no, more than a 10, their words hit hard.
Yeah.
On a miss. Yeah, on a miss, you stand strong. So
I did nothing wrong.
you did good. You clear a condition if you have one.
So I don't. I
Okay.
just have
You
the
can
one
clear one
fatigue.
fatigue,
Hell yeah.
and you can shift, or you can shift your balance in any which way. That is your choice. So
Oh,
clear
so
fatigue
either a
or shift your balance, one or other,
I'm gonna shift my balance up 1 to survival
to survival.
because
For
that's what
sure.
that's what my character
Yeah.
does. It's survive, and money is survival.
Turumi
So,
is
yeah.
not pleased that Rolong seems to be defiant in this lesson
He'll
And-
just have his head behind his neck, just like
and looks up for a moment at the box that Turumi watches from. And you hear this horrific come from that
oh
box.
no.
And I say, you know, I think in order to teach you a lesson about humility,
Please don't.
I'm going to need you to be cleaning Gabbro's cages for 2 weeks. 2 weeks
2
seems an appropriate
weeks?
matter.
Okay.
There's a our team mascot is Gabbro
Mhm.
the dire goose.
The dire
And-
goose.
It's like a regular goose, but it's like one of those earthbending spirits.
Oh,
so
for
it's-
sure. Yeah. It's an earthbending spirit.
Yeah,
Can
that
we-
takes
It's a
the
spirit
shape of a
goose.
goose.
Can we
Yeah.
can't I just pay you? I'll give you
It's-
half
let's-
of what I stole. Come on.
He's furious.
Oh god.
If I didn't pay so much for these uniforms.
I'm not wearing my uniform.
Oh right.
No, I like my jacket. I'm gonna go inside. You know what? 2 weeks. 2 weeks sounds fair. 2 weeks sounds great. You know what? I gotta do some bonding with that thing anyways.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hit the showers.
Yeah, I did sweat a lot. You are relentless. Rolong's just gonna go right to the showers.
For sure.
Would Turumi see themselves to their box or to their team first, you think?
That is completely up to you. If you want to be in kind of the back rooms and that prep area, or if you want to be up in your box.
You know what? Gabbro's got is holding down the fort pretty good at this point.
For sure.
Is probably hissing at a whole plethora of folks.
Mhm.
You know, peak aggression. I'm gonna follow her along.
Phenomenal.
Added this.
I don't think you should be going into the showers, Auntie Turumi.
Nothing I ain't seen before.
Oh dear God.
She waits in the front of the locker room.
Mhm.
Rolong's just gonna walk into the showers and be like, so hey guys, how's it going?
The
Tsunami
tsunami suspects that you've been stealing again.
You know what, Tsunami? I don't know what you're talking about. I am an honest pro bender. Yeah, that's a thing, right?
You're gonna see like a
tsunami.
slit like appear from one of the walls, and you're gonna see my eyes pop out and be like, "Oh, hey, Roland, did you get any good money this time?"
I'm just gonna be like, dude, poker tonight is gonna be sick.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I stole nothing, Tsunami. I'm a
The
model
tsunami-
citizen.
Does not like poker. The tsunami does not have the face for it.
How about
Tsunami, I've never seen your expression change once.
The tsunami has multiple expressions. Look, the tsunami will now smile.
Magnum.
The tsunami will now express anger.
Blue steel.
The tsunami will now express sadness.
Again, all looks the same to me. You would be great at poker.
uh
If you
heads
set
up,
your morals lower, you could come join us.
heads up, Auntie Tarumi's here.
Oh,
Just letting you know, so good thing you're not late today.
I'm just going to close this off and let it fill with water then. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna drown myself, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And we're going to cut to a little montage of some
Soap and
time
water.
passes, you have your shower, you get a bite to eat in the back area that each team kind of has to prep has like a small like kitchenette sort of deal where you're able to kind of get yourself some food, sit down, discuss strategy as a plan. While that's happening in the back, we watch as slowly a trickle of people coming towards the stadium becomes a steady flow of people to a community of people to there's lines at the doors, everyone is getting ready to come in, the sun is starting to set, it is heading toward that evening kind of sunset hour, and interwoven among these people we see spirits who have come through the spirit portal, the Republic City spirit portal, and are now living in Republic City among people. Um, some are upright bipedal raccoon dog men. Some are flying little rabbits with little propeller ears. Some are just very large versions of animals, like our lovely basalt goose. Um, some are there as friends, as companions to the humans that are watching. Some are there of their own free will and have come to watch these cool benders show off what they can do and practice this art of bending elements, the physical elements. That is something that is not really done in the spirit world. It's not really shown. And as people start to fill the stadium arenas, there's a few notable people among the crowd. In one of the boxes, very high up, we see Mayor Julie, uh, who is the mayor of Republic City, and her first man, Varric. And they are, Varric's got his binoculars out and he's cheering and like going wild and like getting the whole crowd hyped up. Everyone loves this clown of a first man. It's just such a delight to be around. And Julie is still somehow, even though supposed to be here to enjoy a good show, scrawling on clipboard after clipboard of paperwork and just getting everything done. The city got rebuilt so quickly because of who she is
She can do
and
the
the work
thing.
that she puts in. She did the thing, and the thing
So-
was rebuild the city from the ground up.
Is she the mayor here, or is she the president of the United Republic at this point, or are we
I
like
think.
still in?
Oh no, she would be the president of the United Republic.
Okay,
So she is the lady.
Yeah.
But she's of course seated here in Republic City.
Yeah.
And Republic City, of course, being this kind of jewel of unity between all four nations. She handles not every public and major affair here, but she handles quite a few, and has been over the last year, getting the city back to a state where then she can pass it on to a mayor of some sort and a city council. We see around the stadium, we do have some of our enforcers, some of Lin Beifong's enforcers. Not too many. Everyone seems to be pretty chill, low to the ground, but ever since the assault and surprise attack that Amon occurred, that Amon orchestrated during the original Pro Bending series, they're keeping some security on watch now. And in one of the far rafters hidden in the shadows, of the very, very back of the stands, there is one very grumpy, very tired, bald, pointed goatee airbending master who is drinking from a coffee mug that just says "unt" on it, UNT, uh, with a very large handle. And he is sipping what seems to
ultimate
be
nomad teacher.
yeah, it's ultimate
nomad.
nomad teacher. And he's drinking quite a bit of green tea and has that classic Tenzin scowl on his face. And in the booth closest to the arena, everyone's favorite announcer taps on the mic a few times and takes it away. Hello, Republic City! And welcome back to the Pro Bending Arena. Welcome back to the Pro Bending Tournament, the first one in years. I'm your host, the reporter. And tonight we've got a good match for you. We got a good match for you tonight, folks. We have the Turtle Ducks, Cabbage Corpse Turtle Ducks versus the Basalt Geese. And you can hear, the crowd is like cheering and going wild. There's popcorn going everywhere already.
Half the stands are like,
Yeah.
doing a turtle sound, and the other half like,
yeah, we got hissing, we got quacking. There's like the one stray team for like the there's one person in the crowds is like really confused because they showed up for a different team entirely, and they're like, "Ah, no, I missed it. This is the wrong one." And out from the center of the arena, for those of you who have not seen Legend of Korra, I highly recommend you do. But in the center of the stands, there's a large oval-shaped indent into the ground. At the very bottom, there's a very large pool of water. And out of that pool of water rises a long hexagonal platform that is longer than it is wide. And it rises on a mechanical arm up to the middle of this platform. There's enough of a gap between the platform and the stands that if anything goes kind of awry, no one's going to be in any serious danger. And on either side of this long hexagonal shape, halfway down between where the stands are and where the pool of water is, there are two prep rooms. On one side, a team gears up in green gear, the Cabbage Corp Turtle Ducks. On the other side, we have our Basalt Geese, and they are wearing what colors?
I bought the uniforms. I'm taking this.
Yeah, do it. I was just like, please just stop making green Cabbage Corp.
No. So there is a little bit of green in it. And it's specifically this flecked gray, kind of like a charcoal gray, with lines of red for all of the stitching, like red stitching throughout, and then this olivine colored green trim on lapels and like where you don't get sleeves. That's not a thing here. It's all like suns out, guns out. They should see the rippling muscles and be afraid.
Yeah.
Likewise, everyone is in it's the equivalent of like bicycle shorts, because by the same token, if they can't see your horrendous leg muscles that are going to crush them to doom, what are we even doing here? What am I spending money on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we start it with the haka?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and so the Basalt Geese and Anti-Trumi are down in that prep room. You kind of got that pre-game conversation going on. The Tsunami's there kind of gearing up. Take it away.
Rolling's just pulling down the shorts like, can we please get longer pants? This is uncomfortable.
Look, they offer flexibility. Huh. Hey. Hua. And I started like doing high kicks and stuff.
I feel like the Tsunami does a full-on like squat, cheeks to the ground. It's like,
oh yeah,
look how intimidating I can be. And it's just like, "Ah."
Rolex just like head in hand, just shaking his head like, why did I agree
These
to this?
uniforms are technically against regulation, but they offer intimidation.
It's okay. I dealt with that this morning.
That's what that was about.
Regulations.
The whole thing was
I'll
about,
kill you all.
cannot
You're-
put your team in booty shorts. Watch me.
Regulations
me.
have changed.
Watch them.
You have nothing to
Yeah.
hide this way. You
I
have the ability to bare your soul on the field of battle.
do you see who are beside me? Mr. Muscular Waterman and Mr. Muscular
Yeah.
Raka, and then there's me. This has nothing.
Terumi comes and places a hand on Rolong's head. And it's like,
Please don't touch me.
be not afraid. For in time, you too will feel what it's like to be jacked as shit.
I'll be honest, Terumi, not my cup of tea. Appreciate you.
You'll be stronger for it.
Roland just looks at the tsunami like, I'm good.
The tsunami recommends eating boulders regularly.
Raka's
to
just gonna
Chat's
pop a
point-
couple stones into his hand and start doing squats the moment that Aunt Terumi says that it's like better for you. He's like, okay. I'm just gonna
Pray
do
I
it.
do not alter the uniform further.
Okay.
But Terumi like lifts up the front section of their kind of robe, and it's just like swimmer body muscular rather than like giant jacked wrestler. You can be strong without being swole. There's a difference. That kind of physique wouldn't suit your style and wouldn't suit your needs. You need to be the most powerful version of yourself possible. Part of doing this, and part of our agreement, is that we'll get you there. You just have to trust. And she takes the hand off of Roland. That said, my little airbender,
Not
the
that
regulations
little.
today, well, I mean, you're the smallest person in the room
Okay.
by a margin. Airbending is still new to pro bending. Therefore, we
no
have the
suffocating people. I know.
look. I never said that. I never said that. Those regulations will be changed tomorrow, but for tonight, that rule is still in place. But you have the opportunity to lay the groundwork for every pro bender that will come after you. What you do now will echo into the annals of history. You are a goose. Be proud of it. Be murderous like the goose. Channel the goose.
Honk.
Okay.
And on hands in on 3. Mess with the honk. Get the bonk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the bonk. Yay.
As you go in for your hands in on 3, you see, Auntie Trumi's hand go in, Rulong's hand, Raka's, the tsunami's giant muscular hand, and then a fifth hand, a hand of, it's a lithe hand in what seems to be a brown suit cuff. You can see joins the circle and joins for the, get the bonk. Yeah. Hi. I don't mean to interrupt. And you all turn around, and there is a taller, kind of lithe, lanky gentleman before you. He's wearing a full brown suit with a blue tie. His collar is up, and he has maybe a pork pie hat. He's got his black hair is tied back into a little kind of rat tail. Hi. You're the obsidian geese, right? I've got the
Basalt
right
geese.
room. Basalt
Basalt.
geese. Yeah. I've got a proposition for you. I need you to not go out there tonight. You'll be compensated, I promise, but
Terumi is furious immediately.
look, you can go out there, you can get your butt smashed in, you can end up drenched at the bottom of the arena. Okay? Or you can just not show up and you can see a fraction of the prize money that you would receive if you won the tournament. Now, for those of you here, you know that prize pot is big. It's sizable. Even a fraction of it could probably set your team up to be fine for the next 10, 20 years.
So, like, what's the difference between showing up and losing or not showing up at all, right? Same in the standings. Or do you want
Exactly.
us to throw the whole thing?
I just need you. I want you to not go out there. I can't say why, can't say how, but if you do, bad things will happen.
Explain yourself, ineffective man.
Look, I'm just looking out for you. I'm just trying to look out for your team. And,
Who pays you?
ooh, okay. I want Auntie Terumi. You are the person
Killer.
who pushed first. I would like you to intimidate. Roll intimidate for me. Ooh, that's the wrong one.
That's harmony.
Trying to get the intimidate to show up on the thing.
9 and then 5? Because apparently it clicked
That
twice.
was me. That was me.
Okay.
I clicked the 5.
So that's a okay.
Where'd it go?
So Terumi's approach in this was to not immediately murder this person for their insolence and their weak spine. I'd like to use this as an opportunity to show leadership by letting Rolong and Raka, and to a lesser extent, like the tsunami is our ringer. They're like,
Yeah.
we need to ring out, like, round out the team. So we got a ringer. We got a dude. This is about Raka and Rulong, demonstrating their morals, demonstrating their training, and I want to see.
Yeah. So you posture up on this guy. You are fuming.
Yeah.
And you rolled a hit for your intimidation, which means that you get to choose one of the following. But keep in mind that I, of course, get to control how the NPC responds to that.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to do, and it rolled it instead.
Yeah, you got to.
So you get to.
Got to click the little speech bubble.
I did, and it gave the guide and comfort one instead.
Okay.
But when you roll to intimidate, you can choose either they run to escape or get back up, they back down but keep watch, they give in with a few stipulations, and they attack you but off balance. The GM marks one condition on them.
I want them to give in with a few stipulations in the sense that I need to hear more, or I feel that these youngsters need to hear more so they can make a decision. And this decision is going to be reflective of them and what is going to happen to them. But this person said that people are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So immediately Tamari is in, all right, speak.
Okay. You don't need to get...
We're in a sauna now.
That. You don't need to that. And he's going to, like, kind of wave his hands a little bit, and some of the water out of, like, a fountain nearby or the water bottles that you have in the room kind of spill forward onto the ground to kind of cool the temperature a little bit, which causes a little bit more steam. And you can hear the announcer, oh, it seems things are getting steamy in the basalt geese changing room.
Oh, God.
They must be getting riled up. And your gentleman in the brown suit is going to kind of hear that, and he looks nervous. And he goes, "Look, just I I can't say anything, okay? Because look, I can't. They're
Mhm.
gonna hurt me if I do. I can't. I'm just wanting to keep everyone safe here. The other team, something's going on over there. Something's not right."
I take their cue. Thank you for the
And
answers.
as the steam starts to accumulate, um, you start to kind of lose line of sight. And once he's kind of finished his
Spiel.
like, please just don't, the steam starts to clear and he's gone. The door is open. You assume that he has left through it, but you don't quite know where he went.
Kurumi looks at Raka and looks at Rolong.
Well, it is money.
I'm here to win a tournament,
Just
not
looks at
listen to stupid people.
looks at Auntie Derby and sees the look and goes, but tournament, yeah, let's do that. I don't want to die tonight.
We're not
For the
gonna
love of
die.
God.
Don't worry, tiny man. The tsunami will crush all that oppose.
I'm they, them. I am not a man or woman.
The tsunami apologizes for not respecting your gender boundaries.
I appreciate you, Tsunami.
The tsunami
That's
says
something
gay
I should have put
rights.
on the overlay, and I forgot. Got it.
What?
I normally
Also-
put pronouns on the overlay.
Oh, I'm she, her, but roll on.
No, I
say
mean
them.
for the characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anytime the tsunami, the tsunami regrets this decision.
the tsunami's pronouns are Su and Nami.
Duh.
Yeah.
The
the tsunami's pronouns are the tsunami. Anytime the tsunami speaks, he's always in one of those like bodybuilder poses.
Yeah.
Like anytime you look at him,
Oh.
he's striking some sort of pose.
All I'm thinking is Armstrong from.
Yes, no, that's exactly it. It's that. If you've watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, he's got the like back lean
Scoliosis?
stance and like
Oh.
yeah, he's got it all. Any sort of wacky position that is showing off as many muscles as possible, he is doing it.
chat says the tsunami is gender fluid, but
Yeah. The tsunami is pure gender fluid. No one is more gender or less gender than the tsunami.
Not a competition, Tsunami.
Everything is a competition.
All right. So
And the tsunami will be the best.
we're
you
not
treat
worried.
everything like capitalism, Rolong, which is the ultimate competition
Okay.
next to martial prowess.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we a little bit worried that they said they would start hurting people?
I think it was him that was supposed to be the one getting hurt.
Oh.
Maybe he was going to get hurt if he couldn't get us to throw, and he was sent here from the decks.
So we're not worried about that?
I'm not worried about anything. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
But
and
money.
with that you hear
But
the
money.
blaring of the like sirens in the arena to get the like it's time. And
They're
the
getting
announcer
paid.
It's get ready to rumble, Republic City. On the blue side of the arena, the Cabbage Corp Turtle Ducks, and a platform, a mechanical platform rises from their side of the prep stage up to the side of the arena, and you see 3 members get off on their end, and they're working the crowd, their hands up. We see Moo, the earthbender that was in the training arena earlier that challenged our good Raka to a fight. And they're, yeah, and like, we love you, Republic City. And like, they're working the crowd. And on the red side, yes, I believe it's the red side now. On the red side, the basalt geese.
You see
and
the steam pour out of the locker
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
turned up to 11. and
For
from up
sure.
in the box comes a vicious and it
Yeah.
echoes through the stadium as a spirit goose comes
Backstone
sailing
Echo.
through,
Yeah.
beating its wings and spreading out the steam into the crowd like smoke from a wrestler's entrance.
Phenomenal.
Nice.
As the three of you enter majestically, we've choreographed this before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rolong's just ignoring the choreography. Rolong's like, I'm just here, man.
Yeah. The tsunami is creating a little like water dome over kind of probably some like lava molten rocks to create refracting light up into the steam. You know,
Yeah,
the Enter Sandman is playing in the background.
I think
I like it.
Rocco would just have two pillars like underneath his feet and just like propel him up into the air a little bit and just kind of like
Yeah.
take his big bows and like try to hype
Yeah.
up the
And
crowd a whole bunch.
your team kind of gets on your side of the arena.
Rolong's just walks out with arms crossed, like, God damn it, this is. Just like-
Tarumi checks a little box and is like, showmanship and posturing, failing grade.
I'm in your school
Phenomenal.
now? What's happening?
Thinking about it,
I'm not a rock vendor.
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
The Scoria style is a militaristic monastic tradition that has
Mhm.
embraced many people.
Yeah.
Up
The
to-
tsunami was a student for a
I need to
while.
run. I need to run.
Kuvira was a student for a while.
Kuvira was a student for a while. Yeah.
I ran away from one mentor. Do it again.
Yeah. And you didn't get that far as
I don't know what you're talking about.
you're like kind of like sitting there and like grumbling on the stage. And you're like, oh God. And you're kind of scanning the crowd. And in the far back corner, you see that orange and yellow clad, bald. God.
Oh damn it. Just-
And you do
just
have that
leave
like
it on
small
that
moment of
thing.
locking eyes with Tenzin, your
no.
previous airbending teacher.
Hey, buddy.
And
His
he
eyes just
stands-
narrow.
He doesn't stand, he doesn't deflate, he doesn't narrow, he doesn't cast any judgment. He's just there.
I'm uncomfortable. I whispers to Ron. I'm like, I'm uncomfortable.
So
Really?
How does Tenzin feel about pro bending?
you'll have to ask him.
Tarumi hits her box.
Yeah.
Tarumi goes to the place where she watches pro bending matches. I apologize.
It goes to
Oh,
her
yeah.
box. Yeah,
Do
and
we-
you head up.
Do we have just the three of the pro benders on the team? Yeah.
So you'll notice that both teams have 3 individuals. The way pro bending has evolved in the last year, still there's not too many airbenders around. Still, it's still a very new style, so not every team is going to have an airbender. As such, our 3-man teams are any mix of element combination as long as there's one of each. So you can have a firebender, a waterbender, an earthbender. You can have an earthbender, a waterbender, an airbender. You can have any combination of the 4 styles of bending, but it's still a 3-man team. You'll also notice there are less popular styles of pro bending at the moment too. There are 2-man teams and 4-man teams. 4-man, of course, having one of each bending style, and the 2-man pro bending tournaments having just 2v2 any element kind of free throw matches that are more viewed as a more casual approach, more kind of junior ring version of pro bending, where people are really just kind of building their skills and trying to work up towards the 3- and 4-man teams.
It's that's probably the format where folks like swamp benders and sand benders come in.
Yeah.
Metal benders.
Yeah. A lot of on the ground experimental bending happens in those 2-man freestyles, where people are able to kind of spar and push the limits of their bending in a safe way that isn't going to seriously hurt anyone.
Sounds like a lot of side bets go on there.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to say, Rulong, since you have the rogue playbook and you've been in Republic City working the street a little bit, you know full well that this arena is not the only place pro bending takes place. There are back
Underground.
alley, back and underground pro bending tournaments that are 2, 3, 4-man teams, even just one-on-ones, where they have a waterbender healer on site who just looks the other way, and they can be quite lucrative. And you've seen some wild stuff come out of there. Come out of that. You've seen sandbenders, swamp benders, airbenders. You've seen a bloodbender once or twice on the very rare occasion. Very rare.
I've seen some shit.
You've seen like the underground version of this sport can get brutal. But we're gonna head into our first combat encounter. So combat, unlike D&D and most tabletop RPGs, through Powered by the Apocalypse and the Avatar Legends role-playing system, combat is resolved a little bit differently. There's no turns, there's no initiative. There is, however, 3 categories of moves. There is defend and maneuver, advance and attack, and evade and observe. All of you have access to a special to basic techniques for each type, as well as any special moves that your playbook will give you. For example, Auntie Terumi here has Slide Around the Blow, which is an evade and observe special move that allows her to do some special stuff because of her playbook. The way this will work is I will choose maneuvers for each of the enemies. You will choose maneuvers for your characters, and then they will resolve in that order. So if you chose defend and maneuver, you go at the top. If you choose advance and attack, you go in the middle. If you chose evade and observe, you go at the end. And combat will kind of continue to flow like that until we have either, run away or resolve the situation, or in this case, your opposing enemy is knocked out of the ring. The way pro bending works, for those of you who have not watched Legend of Korra, the ring is divided in half, and then each half has 3 sections. You have section 1, 2, and 3 at the end, and then the end of the stage doesn't have any railings or anything. It is just a straight drop off. Your team's goal is to knock the other team back and off the arena. Their team's goal is to knock your team off the back of your side of the arena. What this is going to require is marking fatigue on your enemies, and they're going to mark fatigue on you as well. Through rolls and moves and advances and such. But without further ado, let's get into it, because there's no better way to begin than beginning.
Would you like me to make rolls for the tsunami?
I'll have you roll for the tsunami. You
All
can just use your
you
can just use your character sheet, because I feel like the pillar is a perfectly fine choice for the tsunami as well.
He focuses on creativity and harmony.
Yeah, so each of you are going to choose a thing. I'm going to choose a thing for each of the NPCs, and then we will move through. So, defend and maneuver. Who is choosing a defend and maneuver?
I think I'd like to, because I've got a thing called tag team, and it says work with an ally against the same foe. So choose an engaged foe and an ally. Double any fatigue conditions or balance shifts that ally inflicts upon that foe.
Phenomenal. Yeah,
so I'd like to work with Rolong on this.
You know, work with Rolong. Yeah. And then they have an earthbender, a firebender, and a waterbender on their team.
Okay, so I'd like to target their firebender.
Their firebender. Excellent. So what do you do? Tell me what Raka does to kind of set this up.
If I notice that Rolong is going to be, I don't know, doing something, I just want to guess I want to can I like pop them out of the way of something if something's coming at them, or maybe
you're gonna set up
maybe pop them up into an advantageous position?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you're gonna grab kind of some of those stone bending discs.
Yeah,
because there's legalities and certain things that you can and cannot bend on the stage. Um,
Could I make like a small like staircase almost as they
yeah,
like
that's
run up in?
Nice.
exactly where I was
Is
going.
that
So yeah,
okay?
you
Cool.
set up, you stomp your foot into the ground, pop those plates up out of the stage, and set up that staircase.
Rocka,
Uh,
stairway to heaven. Let's go. Do, 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 do.
calls your own name for a combo attack. Yeah.
I know who he's talking to.
And then okay. Their Earthbender also took Defend and Maneuver, and their Earthbender took Ready. So they're going to mark a fatigue on their self, and they ready themselves against the environment, assigning or clearing a fictional appropriate status. But basically, they just get ready.
Mhm.
Or actually, no. Yeah, they're going to seize a position. So they kind of move across the stage to kind of engage with the tsunami a little bit. They're trying to get in their way. They're starting to kind of tease and push with some of the earthbending discs and just trying to um, establish an advantageous position for themselves. Advance and attack.
I'll be advancing and attacking. Attacking, because that's a
Attacking.
word. Attacking is a
attacking.
word.
Goosing.
So I have a thing called sweep the leg.
Yes.
So with that advance, I got I want to like run up the staircase to heaven.
Mhm.
Run up to it, jump, but in mid jump, sweep the leg. So like my kicks are shooting that colorful air at the fire.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah. You take that running leap, and it's light as air. It is impressive. Raka, you note that like as their feet are making contact with the stones that you're earthbending, there's almost no resistance.
Mm.
And yeah, so you go in, and the firebender's watching you going up and like getting ready for an attack up here, and you kick your little foot out on one of your steps and just kick one of those columns of smoke colored air, and it just hits him in the leg, and he falls. Uh, and let's see, if your foe has fewer than 3 fatigue and conditions marked, inflict -2 fatigue, but you mark fatigue as well. So mark yourself a fatigue.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Taruni watches this and sees Rolong's approach and mentally notes later that this is going to be a lesson about how they could have done this without Raka.
Yeah.
If they had actually had the confidence to try it without having rocks in the way and like having a staircase visually in front of them. They didn't
Yeah.
need the staircase. They just proved it.
Yeah, I noticed
So-
that. I'm just like, oh shit, they didn't really need that.
I just took the advantage and I got it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that doubles the fatigue against them.
It doubles the fatigue.
So does that turn into 4?
So it turns into 4 fatigue, which
Oh,
is a
shit.
outstanding blow.
That's why I was just
5,
like,
right?
I'm gonna do this. You want to do this? Let's do this.
Yeah.
do this.
So the colored on your side of the stage is red. So the red swing of airbending kind of blows past and kind of knocks the firebender off his feet and then pushes him back into zone 3 of the stage. He is almost off the ledge. And he's taken aback, but from his face down position, he kind of slams his hand down into the ground and firebends himself up using the propulsion before coming and swinging his foot down in a big arc to firebend back towards the team. And he's also going to take the attack, advance and attack, and he's going to strike. And he's going to take a strike at Raka.
So
So you're going to mark 2 fatigue, or mark a condition, or shift your balance away from center. Your choice.
okay, so all right, I guess I'll take a I'm already impaired from
Yes.
before.
Ah.
So
You
I'm
you can
stunned from
negate
that.
that impaired. Well, it's a new encounter. You've had time to shower and relax. You can get rid of the impaired.
Oh, and then the fatigue from before as well?
We'll keep the fatigue though. It's
Okay.
a new interaction. You're no longer physically impaired by something somebody else is doing.
Okay. Well, then maybe I'll say that that's stunned me,
Ah,
or is that?
so stunned is a status.
Oh,
Conditions are
sorry.
the
What?
ones below in the
Oh,
large.
here we are. Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So afraid, angry, guilty, insecure, or troubled
Ooh.
are the conditions, and those
Oh,
all
that's
have
gonna
their
make
own.
me angry.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey,
Um.
how
So
dare you?
he pushes you with that fire, and it scorches. Maybe it gets your hair a little bit. Maybe your eyebrows singed.
Yeah.
I
You're
I
angry.
also have an advance and attack. Right.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Go for it, tsunami.
So, seeing this happen, the tsunami is a
The
consummate
tsunami.
pro bender.
Yeah.
The tsunami has gathered mist and water from all of the reservoirs on their side
Mhm.
of the bending arena, and has conveniently placed them in an oval underneath this stone staircase. As Rocca takes the blow and the rocks fall and crush, the pressure of this water shoots out straight forward at this firebender, using pressure as an advance and
Using
attack.
pressure.
Under
And
Absolutely.
pressure.
we'll see.
So impress or intimidate a foe. Choose an approach your foe cannot choose that approach in the next exchange.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So which one are you blocking off for the firebender?
I'm gonna say he's impressing no one with his wet ass robes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
And
I
so
wasn't
yeah,
sure if this one also did a level of fatigue for it or not, but
it doesn't.
okay.
But what that means is that the next round of combat, the firebender is not good. You can choose to block off one of the approaches.
Mhm.
So he can either choose to not, you can choose to have him not defend or maneuver, or not advance and attack, or
Yeah,
not evade and observe. So you can
okay.
block off those options to him.
I like it.
Um, and then evade and observe. No one on your team. The waterbender on their team um, is going to yeah, is going to bolster and is going to give their side's earthbender the prepared positive status.
All right.
So they're going to give one of their teammates a +1 to their next thing. Okay. And that's the first kind of round of what combat looks like in this system.
Mm.
And now we just go back to the top. Blows are going left and right. You know, the announcer, ooh, hefty blow to the firebender on the Turtlenecks team. He's in row 3 already. And you hear the and the alarm go off as the ref calls the hit. And everyone has to reset. Your team all still in zone 1. The opposing Turtle Ducks have their earthbender and waterbender in zone 1 and their firebender in zone 3. Almost off the edge of the stage. The ref waves the flag and first hit to the best old geese. Into the round 2. Here we go. And to start the next round of pro bending.
All right.
Defend and maneuver.
I think in this area, the tsunami is going to
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
yeah, the tsunami is always ready and
Mhm.
swirls water around, waiting to mark themselves as ready to take
Phenomenal.
they want to make sure that they're putting themselves front and center so that Raka and Rulong can collaborate again to take out that firebender first and deal
Yeah.
with one member of their team. So he's going to. I'm just taking a look at the defend and maneuver.
I think it's seize a position probably.
Yeah, I'll seize a position.
Overcome a
I
negative
want to. I
status,
want
establish an advantageous position for yourself.
I want to take the water and try and distract and keep the other two benders
Yeah.
at bay
Pardon me.
so they can focus on that firebender that's already half cooked. Ha!
Yeah.
No pun intended. All the puns.
Half cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not. It's not Zuko.
Yeah.
It's not Zuko.
Oh,
He was fully cooked.
He was a little burnt, in my opinion.
Little bird.
the
Just a
tsunami
little bit.
is very much a hired gun, and has been doing this since pro bending started.
Oh yeah. The tsunami is not a spring chicken.
He knows. There's
Yeah.
everything is to try and highlight on directive from Terumi to highlight Raka and Rolong.
Yeah. And something that you'll note about the tsunami as he is bending this water, you're very much used to waterbenders having that bend and that flow and that motion and mobility. The tsunami is waterbending using exclusively earthbending forms.
Squat, water, throw.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Like it's stomp on the ground and like a jet of water comes up and freezes almost instantly.
Yeah,
it's
he's using hot spring style.
Yeah, he's
Guys,
he is waterbending with all the power of earthbending technique.
I like it.
Excellent. And then their advance and attack.
I'll be doing an advanced attack.
Excellent.
As well.
Raka, do you want to go first?
Well, he made me angry, so I'd like to try to.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to strike the firebender. So
Absolutely.
I'm just going to pull a couple of discs from the ground and I'm gonna send them out at the same time, like a Street Fighter Guile's Sonic Boom.
Boom.
And they spin around and head towards him.
Yeah.
So I guess I have to roll for strike, or do I?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
So
First.
wait, no,
for
never mind.
just strike. No.
It says never mind. Okay.
Force them to mark two. Yeah. So you can
know what, I'm going
force them to
to-
mark two, or you can mark a condition on them, or shift their balance away from center.
I'm gonna mark one fatigue for myself to hammer them
Okay.
with my blows, forcing them
Oh,
to
phenomenal.
mark a 2 fatigue.
Yeah.
Or strike
was
them
just
where they're weak,
freaking out.
inflicting a condition. So I wanna give them -2 to their fatigue by taking a fatigue of
Phenomenal.
my own. As I just go hard and heavy, fast, and just start loosing them after the first sonic boom. I just follow it up with multiple shots, just arm after arm after arm. I'm angry, I'm pissed off, and I'm losing myself in the battle, as I'm prone to do.
If we, yeah, there's ways to clear your conditions as well. The
Mhm.
main one being emotional support guide and comfort from your friends. Each condition also has a negative thing that you can do to clear that condition that's going to harm you in some way. I would say, like right now, if you're angry and you want to clear that right now, we can say that you make a move that is illegal by pro bending standards, going to get your team a negative. You're going to get a penalty, but it would clear the condition, right? That sort of deal.
Right.
That's a very low stakes version of it, and you don't have to do it. But I wanted to point that out for yourself and the audience.
I think I'm gonna just be like channeling the anger into my moves right now, and then probably try to clear it after the fight. But I think it's good fuel.
Yeah, and you hammer in with that earth bending. And you can see the firebender is trying to keep on his feet, and he's throwing through one disc, and he blocks it up with an upward firebending, whoosh, and he tries to block the second one, and it just hits him right off, and he kind of stumbles a little bit, and that back foot misses the edge of the stadium, and he falls into the drink.
Love it.
On the last one, I throw a little uppercut. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. And you take a hit right in the chest from their waterbender, still on the front line, just whoosh, and you get splashed. And you're gonna mark either um, pardon. You're gonna either mark 2 fatigue, mark another condition, or shift your balance away from center again.
Did that waterbender
Um,
have to do anything to strike them due to my seize of position?
With your seize position, you know what? Yeah, we'll
They would have
say
had to mark a
that.
fatigue if they're trying to avoid that.
Yeah, we'll say that they marked a fatigue.
Okay.
In doing so, um, and so yeah, they take that advantageous shot at you, and it pushes you back with 2 fatigue into zone 2. Um, but in doing so, their foot crosses that back line, and they realize they've also now have to move into zone 2 at the start of the next
Oh,
round.
so they've forced the 2 fatigue on me? Or
Sorry, yeah, your choice of
okay.
whichever
Okay. I think I'm gonna.
fatigue or condition.
I think that made me a little insecure.
Okay. Yeah.
If the ambience coming out of Roll20 is too loud in your headphones for the players, you can go into the cog and turn down your personal master volume.
I just wasn't expecting it, and I thought someone was knocking on my door, and I was like, what? Where's this
That's
boss
fair.
music coming from? Hello?
Yeah.
Dark Souls?
And we're gonna say too that with that fatigue, with the insecure marked as well as angry, that you've been pushed back into zone 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm sitting on
kinda
2
move
out of
things
5
forward.
fatigue right now and 2 condition.
into zone 2. Something to note for the players and for our lovely audience. You'll notice that we are marking conditions and we're marking fatigue. What does this mean? Powered by Apocalypse doesn't have hit points. When you run out of fatigue and conditions, or your balance gets pushed over the edge of either side, either survival or friendship, you are downed for that scene. You are too tired, enamored, or anything else to participate in any meaningful way. When you go over due to balance, however, if you go too far into, say, Raka's confidence, gets too confident and he goes over that 3 marks and falls completely into confidence, he's going to act in a way that is just so overconfident that it's going to cause problems for everyone, and you're going to be out until the next scene rolls around.
It's like eclipsing in Girl by Moonlight. Same sort of deal.
Exactly. It's like when your favorite Avatar character takes a little bit too much combat damage and gets knocked out for the rest of that episode, but is back and mostly okay in the next.
Yep.
And then Rulong, you said you had an attack in advance as well, correct?
Yes, I was gonna attack the waterbender.
Phenomenal. So yeah, the waterbender's lashing out with those water kind of balls of water. Ooh, full hit.
My character just sees that their partner just got knocked back and just takes the opportunity of attack, taking a smoke sphere, pretty much like a destructo disc from, and just makes it in a razor blade and just shoots it. So they think that it's like a stone one, but it's actually the smoke and everything. So they think it's gonna be stone and they can block it, but it's just gonna go right through the water and just
right through
hit
the
them
water. Yeah.
dead in the chest.
Yeah. So they hit that foot on the back line, going like, shit, I'm gonna have to go into zone 2. And in that moment of distraction, they look back and they see that what seems to be rock disc coming at them. And they try to push up that water wall to try and catch it, and it just blows right through, and hits them and pushes them back. And since they weren't quite on their foot, instead of going into zone 2, they stumble back all the way into zone 3.
Do I take a fatigue or no?
No, that was just a regular. It was a full hit.
Yeah.
But it was just a regular. Whoops.
Smash. Okay.
Regular smash. No, just a regular advance and attack move. So nothing ridiculous. Their Earthbender is going to
Come on.
yeah. He's gonna mark a fatigue on himself, and he looks over at you, Raka. He goes, "Come on. I thought you were the Earthbender, but your team is doing all the work." And he's going to test your balance, to challenge an engaged foe's balance. He's gonna basically call out, ask what their principle is, and they must answer honestly.
Yeah.
If you already know their principle, instead shift their balance away from center by questioning or challenging their beliefs or perspectives. So he's going to push you towards, away from overconfidence. He's calling out, like, you don't know your stuff. You actually don't have the skills. You aren't confident enough. The tsunami and that airbending kid, they're doing all the work. What have you done?
Did they take any kind of fatigue from seeing our shorts? Like every time
did.
Raka and the tsunami do any kind of bending, it's
Yeah.
just full on
They are
loin.
all impaired.
Okay.
They are all impaired from the thunder thighs and muscular calves.
Do I like resist
Chun-Li
shifting
School
my
of Thunder
balance?
Thighs?
Or because I've got like insecure right now is -2 to resist shifting my balance.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need you to roll with your overconfidence. And it should.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, wink. If you roll your balance for your confidence, especially, so roll 2d6 and -2, and then -2 again for insecure. I don't
Is
know if
that
there's a
rolling
button that
resist
works for
shifting
that.
your balance? It's the balance moves on the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then I would -2.
Minus. Yeah, it should be -2 additional from the number that you rolled. So 765, which I believe is a miss.
Oh no.
So he's gonna push you.
Yeah, okay. So I moved that over. Oh, shifts the balance
Yeah.
twice.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yep.
I
I guess my
love that-
confidence now is -3.
Uh,
What is this?
should be.
Are these
Hold on.
two? They're two separate things, right?
You should be over here. You should be over here. He pushed you towards overconfidence. He's trying to push you into that, like, making you act foolish because of your confidence.
Right. So would I be at
Prove it.
-1?
Since you
or-
were at 2 towards loyalty, you're now at center, as he's trying to push you the other direction.
Okay, got it.
So maybe from an RP perspective, you're less caring about what you're supposed to be doing for the team
Mm-hmm.
and more leaning towards the kinds of things that Rocco would do for themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
I just love that there's a Christmas tree being assembled right
I know, I'm
behind
watching
you.
that too. I'm like, I wonder what
Yeah.
decorations they're gonna put on it. You have
No,
theme
it's just-
decorations?
We're
or...
actually, or Nikita's pulling off lights because
Okay.
these are like, oh, they came like pre-installed and now they don't work anymore.
Ah, yeah.
So it's both trees, yeah. So we got to do this with another one as well.
It's been a hell of a 45 minutes of live stream Christmas tree building the entire time.
Can we switch
phenomenal.
the Roll20 music to just Christmas? I don't
No,
want
please
to live
don't.
for
No,
Christmas.
no,
No,
no.
the very first copyright strike our channel ever got was our Christmas
Right.
episode last
It's a
year.
Christmas.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. The thing.
Don't do it again. Never again. Never again.
Mhm.
But
Yeah. And that is that.
round 2.
And the buzzer goes. The announcer chimes in. Excellent exchange of blows. For the basalt geese earthbender has been pushed back into zone 2. The firebender has been knocked out on the turtleneck side, and he's like kind of given the play-by-play this entire time. So yeah, their waterbender is in zone 3. Their earthbender is still in zone 1, and the tsunami and Rulong are in zone 1, and Raka is in zone 2. We're going to start the next round of combat. Defend and maneuver.
The tsunami is waiting for evade and observe.
Okay.
I think I might do my tag team maneuver again since
Phenomenal.
it worked so well last time.
Absolutely.
And I'm just gonna look over to Rolong and be like, "What maneuver do you want to do this time?"
It's just laying
And
back.
I'm just gonna kind of wait, and I'll let you
Oh.
let me know what to do.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this evade and hit. But not the evade and hit. The
advance
advance and attack. Yeah, I'm gonna sweep the leg
Okay.
again.
Phenomenal.
Dead.
So yeah,
I'm gonna just tell him, just be like, you know what? Give me curtains. So it's pretty much like a
Give me
hidden
curtains.
maneuver, so
phenomenal.
that they can't
Perfect.
track where I'm gonna come out of.
I'm going to rock bend a very thin sheet of rock, just like
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just the discs though, right?
Well, the discs are there, but there's nothing saying that you can't press them to make a flat
Yeah.
square.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull 4 discs up and just expand them all and
Yeah.
squish them into themselves and make like a shield in front of them.
Phenomenal.
You got it, curtains drawn.
Yeah.
And we'll hit a break here within the next
and
like,
we'll hit a break.
5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think this will probably be the last combat exchange, and then we'll go to break.
I
I think that's how this will probably play out.
I think Rolong's gonna try to get that very cocky earthbender to go join his friends.
Yeah, phenomenal.
Gonna try that, so I'm gonna roll to hit, but I'm gonna use the sweep the leg.
Yep. Attack
I'm
enemy is weak.
I'm gonna get a fatigue.
Yeah, and he has more than 3 fatigue already.
He has more
Actually,
than 4?
yeah, he has more than 3, so you don't have to mark a fatigue. He's already kind of off balance. He's been doing
Hell
a lot,
yeah.
but he hasn't moved back. So yeah, you roll out from this curtain in an unexpected kind of way. Let's say you go over it. You're an airbender. You go over it. He's expecting
Yeah.
like a sidestep, and you're just
Screw
straight up the
that.
top.
Just, surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah. And
One of 3 sides.
you see him, he goes, and he goes to like move to try and get something in the way to block the blow, but he's not quite fast enough. And he tumbles like perfectly ass over tea kettle off the back end. Just
That's the
completely into the
earthbender?
drink. Yeah, the earthbender.
So we're
And
just
like the
the one.
crowd loses, they all like, "Ah!" And the announcer, what a hefty hit from Rulong of the Basalt Geese. Earthbender has been knocked out.
You turned him into a tumbleweed.
And the waterbender in zone 3 kind of watches the teammate go by. And as kind of all you follow the attention, they kind of flick their hand up and push like multiple different chunks of ice towards you, Rulong, and they're going to take a strike against you, and they're also going to mark a fatigue to choose to hammer you with blows, forcing you to take
Oh no, wait, you can change it. Whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna force you to take the condition of insecure, because you just had this moment of like, yeah, I just did that thing, and you go to land and they've chucked this ice at you, but they chucked it in such a way where it lands on your like around your feet, and you start to kind of, you don't get the landing, and you try to fix it, but and you end up falling back into zone 2 as well.
Oh, I was doing so well.
And the tsunami.
Right, it's a cool zone.
The tsunami
The tsunami.
squats, thrusting forward with loin, and uses the evade and
Ooh.
observe ability, slide around the blow. And you see, so
Pelvic thrust.
he moves perfectly,
Mhm.
with fluid grace and astounding
Yeah.
violence, as he stomps his foot forward, left, then right, then left, then right, advancing as close to the center barrier between the two sides as possible.
Yeah.
Just like in full squat mode, just like this.
I
They
love it.
demand that waterbender's attention,
Yeah.
and they must remain engaged with only me, and can use only techniques against me on the next exchange.
Phenomenal.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And
That waterbender, they see you
they-
coming and they are scared.
if so, no foe was engaged with me this turn as I do
Mhm.
this. So I may slip through the fight and engage somebody
Yeah.
else that was engaged with me, but and nobody can do any fatigue to stop this. They
Yeah.
are mine. I'm staring them down and I'm like making kissy face eyes, and he's like,
I'd be absolutely. I'm just gonna look back if I give up, like beside my companion, and be like,
"How
I
much
feel
you
bad
bench?
for them.
How much you weigh?"
Yeah, and the waterbender is like tossing like, lash and bubble and ice after ice at the tsunami, and it's not stopping.
Every icicle that comes shifting is just like being grabbed by little icy hands and
That's
squeezed.
absolutely terrifying.
Some of them move a little bit, and then it's fine, and nobody probably notices.
Yeah.
It's very erotic. Like it's
Um,
just
Yeah, and we'll tag on to the end of that too, that the tsunami reaches kind of the front of the arena and kind of takes that last little like "Hyah!" and like pushes the waterbender off the back end of that stage.
with a
Um,
thrust.
with a thrust. Yeah. You go from like you're like squat step, squat step, squat step. And the tsunami hip thrusts so powerfully that a literal tsunami of water just crashes on the other waterbender and washes them off the stage.
I like it.
Oh my god, I love it.
Um,
And
so
with a mighty bleat from the bleachers. So,
Yeah, the goose,
our
the
victory
crowd
goose.
goes wild. And the announcer goes, that's a round one goes to the basalt geese, and the crowd like, "Wah." We'll now take a 15-minute intermission while teams get back on their feet.
Classic.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
And yeah,
We're gonna go to break
we will
for
take a break.
just a bit.
Okay.
We got 8:07. Yeah, we'll call it 15 minutes. We'll be back here shortly.
15 minutes.
Right on.
Thank you, everybody.
Just like the announcer said.
The tsunami will see you after.
Tsunami.
Wah!
Best character.
Potato salad. Show me potato salad. There we go.
With craisins?
Ew.
Better not be.
Go away.
Better
I have
not be.
cranberry.
Oh, fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I
Welcome
have.
back.
I have a
ham-
raspberry flavored fucking candy cane.
And I
I'm-
have unlabeled soda.
Beverage of some sort.
If you like this beverage, if you would like this beverage to be your beverage, hit me up on Twitter. It's Neon Graffiti. We're always looking for sponsors.
Absolutely.
I-
Well
I'm just drinking water.
played.
Water.
But it could be labeled water if you come find us on at Legend of Logomancy on Twitter
That is 100%
Ooh.
a thing that you could do.
or at It's Neon Graffiti if you want me specifically to show it off.
That's fair.
And if you want a baker, actual
Or if you
pastry
want-
chef to show it off, I just saying.
Just saying. We're all here, and we will sell you our product placement for the low price of your attention.
No, senpai.
I like it.
But yeah, welcome back to Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. As we left off before break, we have just finished the first round of our normally best 3 of 5 round pro bending match. Our lovely basalt geese took the victory in the first round, absolutely devastating the Cabbage Corp turtle ducks. To some people's surprise, but most people that know Cabbage Corp know they're usually playing second fiddle to someone else.
The filler team.
The filler team. Honestly, it's surprised they got this far.
Happy to be here.
They're just happy to be there.
The filler team, the stuffed cabbages.
Oh.
Hey,
The cabbage rolls.
Oh,
love some cabbage rolls here in Republic City. Cabbage Corp cabbage rolls. My cabbages, your cabbages, our cabbages. Cabbage Corp.
Wow.
sponsoring this year's Pride. No.
I would love to see a Republic City Pride parade. That'd be a fantastic time.
The spirits out in force.
Spirits out in force, the Avatar Corps at the front of the parade.
Yeah.
Phenomenal times.
So
Anyway,
I have to interject because
yeah.
in the last Airbender, they touched on the whole like swamp bending, jungle bending, wood bending sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Wood
They have their
bending,
whole own swamp.
Wood bending.
yeah. They
Like organic material.
yeah. So blood bending, right? But
Mhm.
the whole premise of that really lays the groundwork for there technically could exist cabbage bending.
There is
Oh no.
there is
Oh, no.
one, the son of the Cabbage Man is
Yeah.
the one and only cabbage bender.
I love it.
It's because he's been doing it his whole life. He's been making these fucking
Yeah.
rolls, and it turned into
actually-
a bending.
For people who know him well enough, it's not actually bending. He's just really good at origami.
He's actually an airbender.
It
It's
looks
just
like bending.
It looks like bending though.
Love it.
Got cabbages.
Got cabbage.
There's also a cat stream going on with these 2 kittens. Or
Love
well, there's
that.
a big,
Aw.
there's a little kitten and a big kitten.
My
Yeah.
cat keeps jumping on my back.
And the sirens go off. And they also let's get ready for round 2. The obsidian geese are in the lead with the turtle ducks are ready to make a comeback. And you're back on your side of the stage. They're getting back to their side. It took them a little bit longer because they all had to kind of dry off a little bit and recenter, have some drinks, recover a little bit of fatigue. They're trying anyway. They're not going to get far with
Do we recover anything in between rounds?
You know what? I'm gonna say you took 15 minutes. You can either you can each mark off you can recover 1 fatigue each.
Nice.
For a very short break. You got a little stretch in, managed to, see like a waterbending healer on the side to like patch up that one real rough spot or what have you, but you're not making any major progress.
Since the tsunami didn't take any fatigue
Yeah.
or any balance damage, can he help one of them recover an extra fatigue this time around? It's a
Yeah,
basic move.
sure. We'll say that the tsunami is who's the tsunami helping?
I'm gonna say
And how does that
specifically
look?
Raka,
For sure.
because uh Raka he sees Raka being pressured by a lot of the trash talk and knows that Raka's not quite there yet. And the tsunami being a pro bender,
The
a pro
tsunami.
bender,
Yes.
an elder bender, if you
Yes.
will. That has
Smooth like
sexual
water,
implications.
hard like ice. Yeah, so the tsunami comes in, kind of gives you that pep talk. And actually, if you'd like tsunami, nope, this one. God damn it.
Why is it
you
roll
can-
along? You're using roll along's character sheet.
I'm just looking at the character sheet and trying to get the little info bubbles, because if I click the info bubbles, it doesn't say who it's from, but they're not working for me.
You
so
can
I will,
set yourself as a specific
Eh.
person rolling them.
I'm going to say that you can roll. This sounds like a guide and comfort move. When you try to honestly guide and comfort another person, roll with harmony.
Yep.
On a hit, they choose 1. They embrace your guidance and comfort. They may clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you may ask 1 question. They must answer honestly. Or they shut you down. They inflict a condition on you, and you shift your balance in response. On a 10 plus, if they embrace your guide and comfort, you may also shift their balance.
I love
So
it.
I feel like the tsunami's gonna kind of take that move, is what it sounds like.
Absolutely. I get a 0 and miss.
Get a miss.
That doesn't.
Okay.
I don't think it added that correctly, because it was 3 and 5 plus 2 is not a 0.
That is wild. That is
That's
not a 0.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
It's goofing something with understanding me in, I think, or
Yeah.
or some of the modifiers. But that's a 10.
Yeah. So that's a 10. So that hits. And on a 10,
You get nothing, sir.
What
Nothing.
the fuck?
on a 10 plus, if Raka chooses to embrace kind of the guidance that Tsunami's giving him, that like, hey, like, you get there one day at a time, keep at it.
Eventually,
you-
you will
you
add a
may-
the to your name.
The
Raka.
Oh, you know what? That actually sounds pretty good. I am going to take a moment here. Thanks, the tsunami.
No worries. The Raka.
The
So-
most prestigious title the Tsunami can give.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah, so you can clear a condition or remove 2 fatigue.
I'm going to clear my insecure. I think that would definitely
Phenomenal.
pep me up. Oh my God, cat. Sorry.
Yeah. And the
Yeah, I
Tsunami
did,
also, you
I had
have
to kick
to
my cat out.
Yeah. The Tsunami, you have to ask
I feel
a
guilty because he
question
needs
of
attention and
Raka
he
as
needs to
well.
play.
And Raka must answer honestly.
You'll notice
Oh.
on the overlay now.
I must answer honestly.
Yeah. So part of the
No.
guide and comfort
Yeah.
is that the Tsunami gets to ask you a question. And you must answer that question on kind of honestly and as truly as possible.
So, the tsunami on approach says, "Speak true from your heart, as every good pro bender does. Tell me, do you really like the shorts?"
On you or on me?
What's the difference?
Honestly,
Just look back, we're like, what the fuck?
honestly, I love them on me for the flexibility, the range of motion, the comfort, the security, and the ease in which I can move around. On you, I love them for the style.
Everything just stays in place,
It's perfect, but at the same time, moves just enough.
right?
Shows off the Tsunami's thighs.
Oh.
And he like slaps his hands on his thighs with a thunderous
It-
clap.
It moves and ripples for too long. It's like, cancel my 4 o'clock. We're gonna be here for a while.
Anyone, there's an elephant nearby that can hear the low vibrations of the thighs.
Yeah, the spirits in the audience, all of them like respond. and resonate
Everybody
with it.
gets goosebumps and hard nipples.
Yeah, and nobody knows why, because nobody can actually hear
An
the
old man
clap or
takes a
see
poop.
A butterfly beats its wings across the
Oh
world.
shit!
I love
The tsunami claps his thighs on the other.
that. See, that's how
Um,
that's how he water bends. He just claps cheeks until things happen.
Phrasing, phrasing.
uh,
Ron's very disturbed listening to this conversation.
Yeah,
like,
That's how you make a tsunami.
unless
Vibration.
anyone else has another action to take, we will jump to round 2.
Mm.
Yeah.
is the man
Phenomenal.
who's still like disappointed in me still watching this game, or has he left?
Tenzin is still up in the rafters.
Jared, go away.
However, I will say that like you landed that hit on the earthbender and blew him right off the stage, and you could see for like a small moment out the corner of your eye in the very back, he goes from like the like holding his mug to that like but he like very quickly rights himself to the like stone cold airbending master that he is. So
I'm curious about something that I have called "Here's the Plan" in like my
yes,
moves department.
yes,
Could I do that before we head back up for round 2?
yeah. Let's
Okay,
say
cool.
as you're on the moving platform heading up towards the stage,
Mhm.
here's the plan.
Yeah. So
So
I'm just gonna be like, all right, you guys, here's the plan, right? Rulong, me and you, same as we've been doing all along. It's been working. So plan is easy, right? And
That's a very obvious plan.
perfect. A good plan is an easy plan. We can all follow it. And the tsunami, I want to see a little more offense. You did really cool things with that hip thrust, and I want to see that again. Or
I-
something cool like
he
it.
wants the
I'd
thrust.
rather not see more of that.
The Rocka makes
Honestly,
an excellent point.
Let me know when it's going to happen, and I'm going to gain an advantage on the positioning to see it. I
What
want to see the
about
thrust.
if we in tandem double hip thrust with the
We
wind
can
at our
triple hip
back?
thrust.
Even better.
Triple hip thrust.
I
That's
am in the
plan.
wrong team.
I'm going to come in
Double hip thrust
and
it is.
cement that it is a double hip thrust plan.
Pressurize my
Yeah,
water.
you know what happens is you do the like predator handshake with the tsunami,
Mhm.
and like yeah. So you're gonna roll with creativity, and you are going to take a -1 because Rulong is not on board with the plan. There's
Nope.
not a triple
Okay.
hip thrust.
There's no way I'm doing that.
Oh, the plan is a double hip thrust.
The plan would be a triple hip thrust if possible.
If possible, though, yeah.
Neon, you've been called out in chat, by the way.
Oh no, what's happened?
What?
Your
Is it on
stream daddy's
Twitch?
telling you to clean your room.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
oh, my
Wow.
mess, my shame. I can't even get up. Oh no, I can't fix it.
It was fine.
It looks great.
Thank you, Stream Dad. I will fix this later. Normally that closet door is closed. Normally you don't see that.
That's fine.
Stream Dad, should I water my plants?
Thank you,
The
David.
tsunami says yes.
The tsunami says water your plants.
Only if they need it. Otherwise, you'll just kill them, like everything else.
The tsunami says everything in moderation.
The
My
tsunami is not
starter.
fine.
My
Okay.
poor starter.
So roll your creativity for here's the plan.
Okay, how does okay.
Creativity.
Creativity. Pardon me?
Stat. Just creativity stat.
So if you
There it
just
is.
click it in the box, get a 7. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you hold 1. So you can hold 1 to spend that 1 to add a +1 to a roll later, to overcome or evade an obstacle, create an advantage or neutralize a danger, or if any of your other companions abandons you while the plan is underway, you must mark a condition on a you must mark a condition. So if you carry out the plan, you can add a +1 to overcome something.
Mhm.
But if the tsunami bails on you and doesn't do the plan, it's gonna go bad for you because you're gonna feel hurt
All right. Well,
or angry or troubled or
this
what
is
have
the
you.
risks.
That's the risk. Okay. So you plan up, you get on the stage, you're working the crowd again, and the turtle ducks are second to arrive. And you can see that their firebender was the first one out last round, and he's kind of finishing off a glass or a bottle of something. And he's taking a drink, and he kind of aggressively throws the glass over the edge, and he looks angry. Um, and he kind of stomps his feet a few times and pushes just bout of flame out, and he's fuming. He's ready to go.
Just pissed he got knocked off first.
Yeah. You know, the announcer, and we're heading into round 2. Here we go. The fire ferrets, not the fire ferrets. That's the actual team from the show that I love very much.
Yep. It just felt right.
It's one of the things that I do to like ground myself and get myself into like, yes, Legend of Korra. Join us next time on Legend of Korra. Like that voice is like,
you can do that
the
voice
fire
perfectly,
ferrets.
by the way. It is
Thank you.
perfect.
Fantastic.
The fire ferrets is one of the like keystone things that I say to get into the voice.
Yeah.
And so whenever I announce a pro bending team, it is, if you've noticed me stumble on it, it's because I go to say fire ferrets, but then have to redirect to whatever the actual team name is. The basalt geese. the turtle ducks are returned to the ring, and we are ready for round 2. And the siren arms, and the crowd goes wild. And before combat even starts, you notice something is wrong with that firebender.
Something shitty.
The alarm sounds, and normally there is at least a microsecond of space where you can hear the pin drop before the bending begins, before the fight starts. There is not even a microsecond before a raging inferno kicks through all 3 of you right through the end of the stage. I need everyone to tell me what you're doing.
Since I'm an airbender and I see that going up, can I like jump, or like can I redirect the fire by making a like windshield to protect like a sphere around my party members? Because if they get hit by this isn't just pro bending, this is death. So
Yeah, this
it's just
is
like
way out of regulation, way out of
even if it's gonna take all my fatigue points, I'm just gonna push to make a shield and just like a full blown. So I'm gonna push my luck.
Yeah, you're gonna push your luck. So when you push your luck, you're in a risky situation. Say what you want to do. So you're gonna create this wind, kind of that classic airbender like wind bubble.
Yeah.
And you're gonna roll with passion.
That's a miss.
It is a miss.
Uh,
So yeah,
I need to do the same kind of thing.
you mean to do the same?
Like put up a shield, like a
Okay.
like a
Do you want to then,
spearhead and a
Raka, if you want to
wall.
take the help action, that sounds like a help.
Sure.
So you can help a companion. You can mark 1 fatigue to give them a +1 to their roll after the roll.
Okay.
So
that would move their roll up 1.
yeah, it would move their roll to a 7, which would make it a hit.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
Phenomenal.
Try that.
Thank you. I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad for us.
But yeah, I'll throw up an extra wall.
So the the wind wall goes up, and you realize that this is, you've had to bend your way out of a few risky situations. You've dealt with angry firebenders before. You know what just that pure rage fire feels like. This isn't that. This is beyond the capacity of a regular bender at this point. And just as the pressure of the flames and the heat is starting to cause the wind around you, the air to heat up and the wind wall to start to break, Rocket comes in and earth bends those earthbending plates from the stage around you and creates a secondary barrier that kind of alleviates the pressure. Um, it is going to um, mark everyone as trapped in your condition, your statuses up at the top. Everyone is going to be trapped. So you're completely helpless. You mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape. So if you're going to leave this bubble, you're going to mark conditions or make major fatigue to escape. And you hear the alarms, the siren go off to signify the end of a round or to mark a penalty to get the action to stop. And you hear it come and you hear it go, and it's not stopping. You hear shouting, you hear yelling, and finally the flames die down. Auntie Terumi, you're on the outside of this.
Mhm.
What you watch is this firebender angry. You can see that he's angry and he's off balance, majorly so. And you watch as he pushes this giant bout of flame that you've seen a lot of benders. This isn't normal. It completely engulfs your team's side of the arena and scorches the first 10 to 15 rows of the stands behind them.
That's some
The
Sozin's
audience,
Comet shit right there.
yeah.
I
The
don't care how
audience
big the room is. I cast Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
These stands are in chaos as people are pushing towards leaving. The few security guards on the few metalbender enforcers on site are jumping into action. The alarm is starting to blare off to signify the end of round. Anti-Surmi, do you want to do anything?
In this case, I survey my team down below.
Mhm.
And I think in this instance, this looks like a bolstering. So the pillar gets a thing called squad leader.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to lean into the guidance portion of squad leader that I've chosen, so I can assess the situation and give any of our companions instructions based on the answers that I get out of it.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Then roll assess a situation.
Rolling creativity. So again, it shows a 0, but
it is actually
it's an 11.
Yeah. So that is a 10 plus. So you can ask 2 and take +1 ongoing when acting on those answers.
So I'm gonna say of the options here, what here can I use to neutralize that firebender?
Okay. The first thing that comes into your mind is that the bending stage itself is made out of metal. A skilled enough earthbender or metal bender could probably bend up the stage to suppress the flames or cause him to have to stop. Or additionally, you could try and slide him into the pool of water down below using the earthbending discs if you can get close enough.
And on the other side of this, in the same vein of what should I be on the lookout for? Is this person solely alone? I'm taking a militaristic approach from this of like,
yeah,
this would be a squad. to get them to here, where are the others that would have been around, or who looks like they're keeping an eye out, or like surveying the area, or scanning the crowd looking for something?
Yeah. Um, as you're kind of surveying the area, like is he alone? Are there other people watching this? What you notice is his two pro bending teammates
Yeah.
are sat on either side of them. They've been pushed back by the blast and they look terrified.
Okay.
This has come out of nowhere for them. They don't understand what's going on and they're a little bit too shocked to make a move of their own. You notice the metal benders have started to move forward and jump towards the action. This is kind of a freeze frame in time as you assess.
Bullet time.
A beautiful mind situation.
Sherlock Holmes.
A Sherlock Holmes. And you do notice at one of the stadium entryways, going to leave, just starting to turn to leave, you do see your gentleman in the brown suit and the blue tie. But aside from that, it looks like there's too much of crowd involvement and crowd movement to really see if somebody else is trying to flee a scene suspiciously.
Terumi is gonna do two specific things with this information. One, because the whole purpose of it is to advise the team. Using that guidance, she yells out down to the bending team with this booming military commander voice. Use the water to neutralize him. Raka, bend that metal around him.
Ooh,
Raka's not a metal bender.
No, Raka is not a metal bender yet.
You've been told what you can do to save yourself and your team. And then Terumi is going to whistle into the rafters and point at the fleeing fella in the suit, and then give chase in that direction and leave these guys to deal with this foe.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So you whistle. Some of the security force kind of look over, and one of them has that moment of like, oh, she knows what she's doing, and they kind of assess the situation themselves.
I was whistling at Tenzin.
Tenzin, you look at him across the arena, and he is in immediate action to try and stop the firebender as well. So he's moving in on that situation. But one of the enforcers, Republic City enforcers, does notice and clocks the same man in the brown suit and starts heading that way. So you will have support later on. That's your +1 for pursuing that later. And that is the team. So back to Raka, the Tsunami, and Rulong that are in this air bubble. How do you get out? You're currently trapped.
Well, Rulong is holding this up and said, if you know what to do, I can drop this, but you got to make sure you know what to do before I drop it.
The Tsunami has an idea.
Do not pelvic thrust.
It is time to pelvic thrust.
Okay, whatever. Just do what you can. When I drop this, I'm pretty much going to be out. You guys, I'm going to be pretty weak.
That's okay. Me too. I think I just have to be afraid and troubled and a little more fatigued, and then I won't be trapped anymore.
I'm going to drop 3. I'm going to take 3 fatigue.
Phenomenal.
And drop the shield.
Okay.
When I do that, you're clear to check the king. Sorry, I had to do that.
You're clear to check the king. Oh my god.
You're clear, and you guys get up to it. I will help in any way possible. I'll win bend from here, but I don't think I could be much help. You guys ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
The Tsunami is always ready.
All right, I'm taking 3 fatigue.
Okay.
And dropping the shields and ducking as soon as I do.
Phenomenal.
I'm gonna do the same, like take my afraid, troubled, and fatigue and duck to the side
Yeah.
as well. And I really do want to try to metal bend once I am able to.
Yeah. We are going to. Metal bending is not a skill or training that you have, Raka. So you are going to have to push your luck
Yeah.
to metal bend.
Can I give the help action for this?
We'll say you can.
I have
Yeah,
to wait
you can
until-
mark an additional. You can mark an additional fatigue.
That'd be
You will
the
be
end
out
of
of.
fatigues, and then I
You'll-
think that'd be most appropriate for my character because they used all of it for the shield.
Yeah. So with fatigue,
All right.
you are tired. You're going to be limited in what you can do, but you're not out of the scene
Okay.
yet. It's only once your fatigues are full and your conditions are full that
Okay.
you are eliminated from a scene.
All
Being
right.
out of fatigue just means you're not going to have as many options.
Okay. So yeah, I took 1 fatigue. You are, no matter what, you get +1 to that. That did nothing.
Ooh,
Oh.
no, that is it's a 6, so just barely a miss. So you go
Oh.
to metal bend and you're reaching and you're searching and you're trying to find that, like, in the words of the great master and inventor of metal bending, Toph Bei Fong, you hear her in your head. She goes, "Just do it." Like, duh. Like, the most
Obviously.
Toph thing to say
Yeah.
about learning how to metal bend would be just do it. Duh. And you just can't seem to find.
Question for you.
Oh,
With the squad leader thing, because they've received guidance, they are bolstered and get a +1 to their roll after they roll.
Yep. It would
Thing.
be 7.
Yep.
It would be 7.
So is that a hit?
That will be a hit, but at a cost.
Okay. Better than a miss.
Which means Raka.
Yep.
I'm gonna say that you can metal bend just slightly to throw him off and break this bout of fire, but it is going to cost you another either 2 fatigue or a condition.
So what I'm going to do for that is it's going to be the tiniest bit of metal bending. I'm going to like get as planted as I possibly can after like rolling out of the way. I'm going to roll into like a squat position and then just pull up a tiny little sliver into the bottom of his foot.
Yeah.
And
So
single
you
screw.
roll out of the way, and the tsunami, in his perfectly squat form, his very earthbender form, just slides both his feet together into a perfectly upright stance, coming violently out of this squat, and raises one of his arms straight up, and the little stream of water at the front half of the stage just blasts straight up, creating space for you to see the metal that you're bending. You roll out of the way, and you use all your might and pop that little bit of metal up, and it pushes the firebender's foot just enough off balance that he has to step back for a second to break that gout of flame.
I was
purely.
thinking like even smaller amount of metal.
Oh, just like
and
prick
he
him
has to
like a Lego
sliver to
piece.
prick his foot and like
For sure. Either way, he has that and it hurts, and so he has to move and stop his bending for a minute, but not a second goes by before he is immediately just bursting flames, large inhuman amounts of flame in other directions. It's just now not just perfectly channeled on you. At this point, the security force are starting to come in. He's starting to fire fireballs at the different metal benders that are coming in, and you can see Tenzin starting to make some moves as well as they're starting to kind of close on this threat.
I feel like this is almost a defining moment for the Raka.
Yeah,
We
this
as
is
we
a-
see to a
Raka.
year later, he's got like a metal base or a rock baseball bat and a single like sliver of metal through it like a nail.
yeah,
The nail
yeah,
bat.
right.
the
Piercing
single nail,
bat.
the piercing bat. Okay.
Bat of piercing.
So yeah, this is still a dangerous situation. The firebender is still just like absolutely losing it. You could have swore like what seemed to be speech at the beginning of his bending outbreak, he is now just yelling, screaming. It is raw, it is visceral, it is animalistic. As he's just, you watch one enforcer go down, you watch another one get hit by a god of flame and fall into the water. Audience members here and there, most of them have started to kind of get out, but there are a few that are definitely gonna have to go see a doctor for some scorch marks that they're getting. The temperature in here is rising.
How is that that individual's skin and posture? Like with firebending, like firebenders aren't
Yeah.
immune to fire.
No, they are not. You notice, maybe the tsunami notices, being a more experienced bender, that he can see between the bursts of light that are coming along with these flames that the firebender's hands are starting to burn themselves, as the heat is even too much for this firebender to handle.
Quick.
He
The
says out loud, "He's doping."
Yeah,
Would my
the-
character be able to make like just like an air bubble around their head just to like slowly suffocate them to knock
wanna
them out?
slowly suffocate them.
To knock them out, just
Look,
to
that
knock
will
them
be
out.
changed tomorrow. After this is the exact reason why
Yeah.
Yeah.
murder by
That's what-
suffocation should be allowed in team sports.
We're gonna say
Gabro's with me, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna say that is gonna be we're gonna push your luck again,
All right.
and this is a very direct, very controlled thing that you have to do.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you know right now, if you fail this,
Yeah.
it's either not going to work at all, or it will work too much.
I gotta take that risk. There, people are getting hurt. I
Okay.
gotta take the risk. All
Can I
right.
help?
You can help. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can add mark of fatigue, Raka.
All right. Here I go.
Ooh,
That's an 8.
that is an 8. We're gonna say that, yeah, okay. So you do hit. And so, slowly, as you kind of restrict the airflow to this firebender, he slows down before coming to a stop, just as enforcers kind of lash their metal roping out to kind of grab him. They have him, he's knocked out. The one thing you did not account for is Master Tenzin is right there. And airbending, using that ancient art in such a such a horribly aggressive way and in such an inhumane way, is going to damage that relationship.
No.
Oh,
Damn it.
that's rough.
Ugh.
And you
And
watch
approval. Fuck.
Tenzin, yeah, you watch it clear for Tenzin as he goes immediately from, I need to stop this firebender, to, Rulong, what have you done? What are you doing?
Rulong.
And he's going to start making an approach for you, but he doesn't get there yet. Anti-Sarumi,
Yeah.
you are chasing this man in a tan suit. He is trying to blend in with the crowd as best as possible.
Excuse me.
But
Tarumi doesn't chase. Tarumi hunts.
phenomenal. I love it and hate it, and I'm scared and also attracted to her in equal measures.
You see the hallways as she pursues, just starting to sweat.
Yeah. Most of Republic City is constructed of metal and rock in some way. which makes it great for repairing, but also makes it horrible for earthbenders doing anything. And also amazing for the earthbender doing the thing, horrible for
Yeah.
the cleanup afterwards. Yeah, the walls are starting to sweat, and you can see he's trying to blend in, but he's a little bit too nervous to keep himself from like looking back and giving himself away every few seconds. We're going to say that you can either roll intimidate or rely on your skills and training. Intimidate will be more of a social, like, I am going to be scary and I'm going to intimidate him into believing that there is no way out of this. Relying on your skills and training would be using your bending in some way to close off exits to trap him physically.
I wonder.
Unless you have another idea.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think in this instance, this is a rely on skills and training more than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get them to run away or like back down or anything like that. This is pursuit predation.
For sure.
100%. So I'll go ahead and roll focus on this. You had mentioned that I have a member of the...
Yes. There is a Republic City Enforcer with you, and he is kind of moving above the crowd by using his little metal grappling hook sort of deal to kind of bend his way on top of the crowd so that he can move more freely, and is trying to catch up with the man in the tan suit, in the brown suit.
Yeah, I'm gonna rely on my skills and training. Essentially, what I'm looking to do here is overcome this obstacle by stopping this man. Using specifically lava bending.
Okay.
And you see, she enters into flows really, really similar to water bending. And starts sweeping and moving. Everything is forceful and hard. But it's got the arc to all the movements. And you see as the walls are heating up on all of the metal, and the metal starts to leak down into hot liquid magma. The shards of it shoot out from the earth bending, and it whips around as though it were a waterbender's whip.
Nice.
If it were to hit this person, Terumi doesn't give a shit that it's going to burn into their skin and knock them down. They made a mistake. We'll see if it works. But
yeah, let's rely on your skills and training here.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 5 for me.
It is a 5. You do get a +1 because you're acting on your assess a situation, but it's still not going to be quite enough.
Do I get any kind of a bonus for having that level of help from the...
There's your +1 is the enforcer there who's helping you out. Yeah.
Gotcha. So it's whipping around.
It's still not quite enough. You just can't quite grab a hold of him. You're noticing as he's moving, the walls are sweating. It is very hot. And what that is doing is aggravating all the moisture in the air too. So he is using that moisture to waterbend and deflect where he can. And he's going to get a little bit further away and into the crowd.
The chase
again, the chase is afoot. He's not out of your sight. He is not out of the way yet, but he is now in a thick, more dense crowd. So if you're going to use your lava bending again, or any sort of bending, you're going to be in a risky situation to not hit civilians.
Oh, was that a problem before? I wonder about that.
No. Before he was at the back of the crowd, and it wasn't as much of an issue.
I meant you thought Terumi thought it was an issue.
Oh, okay, for sure. we can deal with those consequences when we get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. We get back to the arena. Things here have calmed down. The crowd has mostly left. You notice a majority of the boxes are empty at this point. The enforcers in the room are have the firebender on the other side retained. And Tenzin is making a beeline for you, Rulong. And he is, what do you think you're doing? First, I give you space. I let you come to Republic City. You abandon the air temple. You use airbending, this art, for your own personal gain. And now I come to see that you are strangling people with it. Explain yourself.
Can I interject and use straight shooter and just be like, hey man, she just saved our lives and the lives of a whole bunch of people. Pardon me, they just saved the lives of.
Well, actually, I want to go for because Rolong is a criminal. They do steal, but they never mean to harm anyone or kill anyone. So this was just based on instinct, like, oh my god, people are in trouble, people are dying, I have to stop it. And this was just based on instincts because right now they're full of fatigue, they have insecurity, so I did it based on that. So instead of just saying anything, tears are just going to start falling from their face. Tears are just going to start falling from their face, and they're shaking, like what the hell did I just do?
Okay.
What you did.
So what you have here is your balance. You have friendship and survival.
Yeah.
In Tenzin's push of you, he is going to he's basically calling you out for not focusing on friendship enough. You focused too much on resolving the situation. You didn't show restraint at all. You did not show class, and you did not show care and compassion for your friends, for your fellow man. You could have killed him. And he is going to push you to deny a call out. So deny a call out works a little funky where you want to roll low. If you roll high on a hit, right, you do as they say. On a 10 plus, their words hit hard, and you have to shift your balance. On a miss, you stand strong, right? So you want to roll low.
I also have you're not my master. When you resist an NPC shifting your balance, roll a +2 on it.
Excellent.
You're not my dad.
And this is for I'm not at 0 now. So what do I play?
He's trying to push you towards. You'll be rolling with your friendship.
So
-1.
-1 right now. Okay. Add 2 to that, so I'd be at a 7.
At a 7. So that is a hit. You do as they say, or mark 1 fatigue. And what he's going to tell you,
I can't
he's going to say
anymore.
you are, he say you are going to go to Air Temple Island, and we are going to talk. And you just have to bow your head and go with him. Because you cannot mark a fatigue at the moment.
All right. Yeah. I'm pretty much just like my character right now just realized that they just almost legit just killed somebody and didn't realize it, and just head down and is just falling, shaking. Fatigue is gone. Can I also put troubled and afraid, because I feel like those cause that, the conditions cause that?
You know what? We normally you gotta wait for the system to mark a thing, but I'm gonna say yeah. Given your situation, I'm gonna allow that to happen. Troubled and afraid.
All right, and I'm heading with Tenzin. Me and Tenzin are gonna have some alone time.
He's not gonna push you to leave right now. He wants to wrap up the situation properly, but he's gonna drag you back to Air Temple Island for a stern talking to in the near future. Auntie Terumi, we're back to you. You are continuing this hunt. into the crowd, kind of nearing the front exit of the stadium.
Terumi is using earthbending to like step underneath each of their high-heeled shoes to get that much more height as she runs after this fella.
Yeah.
I would like to making eyes with the fella up top.
Yeah.
That's in pursuit. So this is the Earthbending Kingdom. And Terumi runs the Scorious School. It's militaristic in nature. Some of the top soldiers, including the Metalbending Corps, have trained through that school. She fires a couple of hand signals at him as if like, I'm going this way, go wait over there kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to trick.
Phenomenal.
This
I think that's the enforcer or the guy running.
The guy running.
Yeah.
The enforcer, my intention is to make one area seem really appealing by completely locking down with incredible prejudice and violence another area. And it's probably risky because you don't just burst lava out around people.
Yeah.
But my intention is to force him into a tunnel where this, or into an area where this enforcer can wrap him up.
Yeah, phenomenal. You kind of direct the enforcer to like go down one of the side tunnels that you know connects to kind of a dead end.
Yeah.
And the enforcer like gets a little nod and he goes that way.
So
and then let's see you roll with creativity.
All right. Roll and trick. Again, it shows a 0.
Yeah.
But that's
it is fine. Yeah. It'll be an 11 because of your assess the situation earlier, and you are still acting on that information.
Yep.
So that is just a true hit. It just works. No ifs, ands, or buts. Right? So you pick 2 of these effects from the list below. For the audience, you probably can't see the rolls. The options are: they stumble, take +1 forward to acting against them. They act foolishly. The GM tells you what additional opportunity they give you. And they overcommit. They are deceived for some time.
I think I'm going with the last 2. I want them to.
Yeah.
They're foolish. They see this thing. They beeline it the other way. Into the loving, awaiting arms of Senor Metalbender. By Chuck Tingle.
Phenomenal. Yeah. So they the lava bending kind of like wall goes up. And they have that like, and they, Scooby-Doo skid to a halt and change directions. And as they head down this other corner and go to turn to continue their way out, they get wrapped up immediately by that enforcer that's waiting for them.
Evaporating all of the water in this area that I possibly can.
Yeah.
Just neutralizing a threat.
And they overcommitted to it. They know that like, great, I made a dumb mistake. I came down the wrong hallway, but oh god, I was almost there though. I was almost out.
I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you dang kids.
Yeah.
For your dang MILF.
You and your dang MILF. Man, I love firebending. Yeah, and he's immediately starting to crack under the like. He's like, I promise I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. He's fumbling and scared and trapped. And that ends our high tension encounter. Which means you are free to go and move freely at this point. Yeah, you're not.
Did anything come out of the straight shooter?
The straight
because
shooter.
I yelled at Tenzin?
Yeah, let's see if we can resolve that. You're telling them to see the blunt, honest truth and about what you really think of them.
Everybody
and their
hydrate,
plans.
by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, hydrate.
Ooh,
also, to chat's point, MILF Man, I love firebending. Just
Ooh, nice.
vertical sequence.
Yeah.
There's a shirt.
I want that as a
Now,
shirt. Make it
we just need
happen.
art. We need art of Lady Auntie Sarumi now for.
Well, I mean, if you need a visual, it's just Terumi Mai from Naruto. 100%.
I love it.
Lava bending
Yeah.
Mizukages.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Phenomenal. Yeah. So as this scene kind of resolves, the enforcer's airship rolls in. Additional enforcers are in on the scene. You see there are local kind of waterbending paramedics in that are doing that kind of first aid healing. Enforcers are taking statements from people in the crowd.
Sorry, did we do the straight shooter?
Yes, we are.
What happened?
I immediately forgot. I started reading it, and then something else happened, and
Yeah.
it was gone.
Me too.
ADHD, baby.
I got caught up in the
Here we
narrative
go.
again. I'm just like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I'm doing a thing. Roll with folks on a hit. They'll look upon your honesty favorably.
This would be Tenzin.
Fix
Yeah.
my relationship.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell him that you did a great thing in the heat
Okay,
of
roll
battle.
with focus, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Just a focus roll. Yeah.
7. Okay, on a 7 to 9, let's see. They'll answer a non-compromising question honestly and give you a simple favor.
Ah. Don't bring her back to
Them.
the temple.
Yeah.
Don't bring them back to the temple. We need them here, honestly.
This is a breakthrough moment for young Rolong.
Rolong's still crying. Rolong's still crying, just like
Break
I
through,
fucked up.
not down. Through,
Yeah.
not down. Over, not under. And
The
always
tsunami goes
twirling.
around.
The tsunami doesn't believe in barriers.
The tsunami crashes upon the future.
We must go forward, not backwards, upwards,
Yeah.
not forwards.
So
Downwards, not sideways.
Tenzin will look over at you with like finally like coming out of the like problem solver focus that he has. When a situation starts going wrong, Tenzin has that like, we are going to solve this, and it is blinders on a horse until the situation is resolved. Everything's calmed down. The blinders come off. Tenzin, in his very stern, very tired existence,
Where's his
looks
mug?
over. It is shattered on the ground on the top top of the stadium. Yeah, top of the arena. The audience stands. Unfortunately,
We gotta get him a new mug.
gotta get him a new mug.
It looks like I have to mark a condition on a 7 to 9 because they also give an honest assessment of how they see.
And that is what he is about to do.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm also
And
in
he looks at you.
Tenzin's bad books.
Yeah. And he goes, if your bending team was half as competent as they should be, this wouldn't have happened. You are not free of blame here, young one. You are arrogant, you are foolish, and you are untrained. And he's going to mark guilty on
Yeah,
you.
I marked guilty already.
You knew it was coming.
I knew
Holy
it was
shit.
coming.
However,
I mean, master.
I mean, daddy, wait, what?
What? Sorry.
Is this an appropriate time for mommy to show up?
just about. Tenzin's gonna finish his statement, and then we can have the group all kind of reunite. However, given the actions taken and my perspective on everything from the stands, and my standing here in Republic City as one of the council members, I will vouch on your behalf that your team is not responsible for any of the damages or actions taken today. And what that is going to mean for you is that the enforcers are not going to throw you in a holding pen and interrogate the hell out of you for XYZ reasons. They are going to continue to let you free roam as long as you're cooperative with them. Um, and that is the favor that Tenzin will give you, is you're not in jail.
What? Why would we be in jail?
Because this is a bending tournament, and one of the other bending teams just went haywire, which puts you in prime suspect position for using trickery to try and overcome the competition.
All right, fine. You can arrest me, but I need a lawyer. Jeez.
Right.
Okay, well, we're not arrested. Fine, good.
Yeah. And Anti-Shroom, you kind of walk in the
That's such a big favor that you're granting them, Tenzin. You and I both know that in the event of self-defense, and she just starts going into like this militaristic, like people can defend themselves against
Mhm.
Out of control and hostile benders as a part of a subsection of law.
Yes.
It's not quite stand your ground, but like mom and dad are gonna fight.
Yeah.
Wrong, just
Yeah,
about
exactly.
mom, dad, stop fighting, please.
Here's my lawyer.
Yeah. And Tenzin absolutely goes into that discussion with you. And he's like, yes, Lily, you are right, Master Tsurumi. Stand your ground law and self-defense laws do exist here in Republic City. However, there are additional social factors at play that would place your bending team in suspect of causing the situation in the first place.
I advise you to file a formal complaint with the Pro Bending League, and they can use some of what's his nuts, the stupid movie makers technology to check all of the moving pictures from this place.
Eric.
That's him.
We will be cooperating with Varric and the moving picture reels that were captured here tonight to try and find any sort of cause for this.
Shit. Terumi has no context of what's happened here other than Rolong is kind of a stripped down sobbing mess,
Yep.
right?
Just sitting down, just crying. Just I'm okay. I'm not okay.
Well, no, but like somebody took you down a peg kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the Raka is doing their best to be reasonable, which is entirely rational, and that's good. And the tsunami isn't paid enough to go toe to toe with Tenzin.
The tsunami this entire time has been in the background doing like squats or something.
Yep.
Like there's an enforcer getting a statement from him, and he's just giving the statement and like, squats and like stretching. And
Like-
you notice like the enforcer kind of finishes collecting the statement from the tsunami, and the tsunami goes, "The tsunami will now be hitting the showers. I must remove all the ash from my clothing." And
Moisturizing
will-
is key to the tsunami's complexion.
yeah.
Baby oil is the tsunami's best friend.
I prefer glycerin.
I use nothing but Vaseline.
Sweet, sweet Vaseline. It makes me swim faster.
Yeah.
Terumi's argumentative point to Tenzin, as I imagine this discourse continues further.
Yeah.
I want to make a point of they're mine for now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not yours. They're my responsibility for the moment. We talked about this. Boundaries.
Mom and dad are fighting. Mom and dad are fighting over custody again.
I'm going to have you roll a plead for the moment. It's not exactly the most fitting word, but you're trying to kind of convince Tenzin that like you have it handled.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't intimidating them in any way, shape, or form. I'm not trying to
No,
trick them. It's like
it's an honest
we
heart to
talked
heart.
about this.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. I will roll plead. And that's going to be
a
a 10.
miss again, a 10.
Yep.
Yeah. So on a 10 plus,
Yep.
they act now and they do their best until the situation changes. So Tenzin will, fine, fine. Also, for those in the audience who have seen Legend of Korra and know that Tenzin is voiced by J.K. Simmons, I could never live up to that. I hope that this is an okay substitute.
So
it's
far,
a
so
nice
good.
voice.
It's good.
Okay. It's just he has such like an iconic like that's J.K. Simmons.
Oh yeah, you could just pick him
Um,
out from a crowd.
Oh, absolutely. Fine. They are under your guidance and in your control. I will trust that they are getting the leadership and guidance from you that they should be getting. I have to sort this out.
Mm.
You, and he points at Rulong, don't do that again.
Rulonga just looks up. He's like, "Is he okay?"
Luckily, he's fine.
Okay.
And for that, and he just turns around and leaves.
For context, Tetsu pretty much raised my character
Yeah.
from the orphanage, and so one of my main things is like I think his family is my family, and so the first thing I stole was a photo, and
Aw.
so I still think that he's my dad, and so this just hurts
Yeah.
so much
So
more.
Auntie Terumi claps Rulong on the shoulder and says, "Picture this. We're going to get a big old fishbowl and we're going to fill it with sand. And you're going to practice that every single day until you can leave just a little bit of sand left in it. So you never actually hurt anybody.
I'm gonna
Good
practice
job,
what
kid."
now? What? What's happening?
yeah.
Uh,
Also
Creating a sphere around a small spherical
Oh,
object and sucking out
yeah.
the right amount of things. She's
Yeah.
giving you like training guidance.
okay.
The other thing too, I will note for you, Rulong, is that for your relationship with Tenzin and what you know of this man, he is very stern. He's very quick to point out flaw. Having him look at you and not scold you for something, not tell you that you could have done better, not tell you anything negative is about as close to a compliment as people get.
Yeah.
Um,
Still fucked up, but
it's fucked up in his own way. He's very stern. He's not a very emotionally open and available man.
I wonder why I ran away from the temple. Tenzin.
But he is going to clear a fatigue from you
Okay.
with just that shred of like almost saying you did good by not saying that you did bad.
That is a Tenzin move. Don't do it again. It just sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's very much the like I can't tell you that you did a good job because I've already told you you shouldn't have done that. But also you didn't kill him. So good job, but I can't tell you good job because I'm not
Exactly.
enforcing this behavior.
Terumi, on the other hand, is like, you're absolutely going to do that again as many times as you need to, because your inability to do it or your rationale of not doing it is going to get somebody else killed.
Mhm.
You have a responsibility to be able to do that again and again, right every time.
It was just instinct. I didn't really have any control over it.
Best motivator. Now let's hone that. Do this.
Let's say Auntie Terumi. Let's have you roll a guide and comfort
Sure.
for Rulong here.
So, because of the previous plead, when I try to honestly guide and comfort another person, I can roll with harmony.
Yes.
Yeah. And oh, and
That was
I
the
can
information.
yeah, I can get a bonus on it to clear a condition or to fatigue if I'm successful.
Yep.
And that is just a 5.
Just a 5. So that is a miss.
Mhm.
Which means that they are not going to get anything from it.
Yep. It's a thing.
In fact, I'm gonna say that they, in fact, get the other option there that they shut you down.
Mm.
So Rulong, Auntie Terumi is coming at you with this, like trying to guide you with training. We shut her down.
I'm just gonna shrug the hand away, just like no, and just go right to the showers. Not even talk about this anymore.
Okay.
Just done.
Got
And
it.
part of that is getting to inflict a condition on Auntie Terumi in response and shifting their balance. And you shift their balance. So you get to push Auntie Terumi either towards leadership or support.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna push that to support. I feel like didn't get enough support, so you're gonna try again.
Okay.
And a condition?
Yep.
Insecure.
Phenomenal.
Mm.
I think that's yeah. You've reached out with guidance, trying to be a mentor, and they just did not take it.
Ignore this roll in the chat. I'm just going to see if this works. And it does. Okay. I figured out what's going on with the sheet.
Okay.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
So yeah. Just gonna leave Ferdak and just go straight to having a
Straight to the
shower.
showers. Yeah. And we will close on that scene. The enforcers are taking statements. They all talk to you individually about, what did you see? What did you hear? What did you do? I
feel
will
like
say
the
there's one opportunity left here before we kind of close out the end of session, and that is our man in the brown suit. He is in custody, and you are able to talk to him and investigate him if you'd like.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that would be great. Where are they? They're down that hallway?
Yeah, I'll say now with more enforcers and such showing up, they've kind of brought everyone involved out to the front in front of the stadium so that if need be, they can pull people up into the airship and escort them to the precinct um, when they're ready. So the man in the town suit is in custody at the front of the stadium. He's in binds. He's not going anywhere. And you all have the opportunity to speak to him.
I think Terumi pushes the Raka into this.
Mhm.
To this is an opportunity to learn. I feel like we've had discussions about again the discipline and the militaristic nature of the school that we run. And she says full straight up, the tsunami tells me that you were able to metal bend.
I did a little bit.
That's all it takes is just a little bit. You have a skill that you can start to develop now, which means that you've demonstrated promise. And we had discussed previously you attending my academy. Should
Well,
you show promise?
thank you. Thank you so much.
So I'll give you a test.
You told me to do it. I didn't know that I could.
The fact that you could just blatantly follow orders is astoundingly rare. You don't even understand.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
So what I'd like you to do,
Yeah.
we're going to go in there. We're going to talk to that gentleman that met us in the showers or in the locker room.
The shower.
Do you want me to do
In the
talk?
pre-staging room.
Yeah. In
I'm
The manly
feeling
menace in
benches.
the showers.
Yeah.
in the showers.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Ooh,
Hello,
get outta
it's
here.
me in the showers.
Do we meet someone in the showers, or were they just
No.
staring at us?
Well,
it
I
was
mean, you met the
was the ready
tsunami in the
room.
showers.
That's true. We did meet Tsunami. Well, I'm gonna see new Tsunami in the showers again when I go get cleaned up.
I should you um succeed in this, I will accept you as a pupil and speak to Hotun at the Beifong Metal Bending Academy, and see about finding you proper instruction outside of earthbending. I can teach you. Metal bending is, well, that's someone else's game.
I wanted to attend your school, ma'am.
Call it a private tutor. No expense to you.
Well, I'm not going to turn that down.
Let's go deal with this wimp. And leads the Raka into the room.
Yes. Earn the respect
sure.
of an adult you admire.
Yeah, this is on the line.
Yeah.
I'm going to count that again as a guide and comfort from Auntie Sarumi
Okay.
towards Raka this time.
Guide and comfort. Show me potato salad. That's a 11.
Nice.
A
That is
full
a
hit.
full.
Nice. I need it. I'm hurting right bad.
So you can also shift Raka's balance towards loyalty or confidence by one spot.
I want them to be. You know what? I want them to be confident right now, more so than I want them to be loyal.
Yeah.
Loyalty will come. I think they already have that. Confidence.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, of course, Raka, you can clear a condition or 2 fatigue.
Ooh. Oh man. You know what? I think I'm gonna clear troubled.
Okay. Phenomenal. Yeah, I think that very much fits the scene that we're in. Okay.
2 fatigue.
Now I know we're approaching a time when we were looking to head out. Do we want to try and run this now or at the start of next session?
I think this is a good place to leave it for next session.
That
I think that's
feels
very
good.
much a. Hold on.
Because if they're gonna give us a bunch of information, I'm not ready to absorb it right now. I'd much rather get that info dump like at the beginning of the next session.
Yeah.
That's fair.
In
I'm
that
here for it.
case, next time on Avatar Legends, join the basalt geese as they track down the words
And stab them with the steely knives.
as they investigate our mysterious proposaler. Sure, why not? That's a
Proposaler.
word. He's
Great
the
word.
proposaler.
Batman's
Cruelest
most
villain.
dangerous
They
foe
just need the
now.
twistiest
The
of
Broken
mustaches.
so many
proposaler.
hearts.
Yeah.
I am the proposaler.
A million fiancés and not a single wife.
Exactly. The proposaler. Yeah. Join us next time on Legends of Logomancy.
I love it.
And
As
that
a
will,
as a shout out as we wrap things up,
Yeah.
you can find us here every Monday for the rest of November and December, playing some Avatar Legends for the next couple of weeks. After that, we're going to be running into 5e Naylor. We're going to be returning to our homebrew D&D game. You might notice that all of the channel points have been allocated with a couple of new options. If you see stuff like Boost Treasure, that is intended for the 5e games specifically. Save your points up until that point. That'll be December 18th, I believe, is the first game for that one. Into the new year, we're actually going to start a secondary stream on Wednesday nights David's going to be running that.
I'll be there.
We've also
Hi.
got a fair bit
You too.
of content
I'm
coming.
trying.
We've got 2 new series in the works outside of like actual play stuff that will be thrown to YouTube. And I'll talk more about that when I actually have the time to continue writing them. So, uh, from our lovely game master, Neon, where can
Hi.
folks find you on the interwebs?
People can find me on Twitch at It's Neon Graffiti. Myself and Alone Donut stream most Thursday evenings. You can also find me here on Monday night streams for regular stuff, and I believe I am also part of that Wednesday long form.
Mhm.
So you'll see a lot of me around.
And
You might also start seeing me in some short form content as well on the Logomancy channel.
yeah,
You can also find me on Twitter at It's Neon Graffiti and also on Instagram at It's Neon Graffiti.
hence the
So
things
come
in the
say
doobly
hi.
doos,
The things in the doobly doos. Oh, I love Matt Coville.
right?
Um, but yeah,
Not,
come say hi. Come at me.
I love it.
Get in the comments. I don't have a YouTube yet, but we'll get there.
It's I'm gonna call you out on that because it's Nerd Fighteria. It's the Vlogbrothers that started links in the
Oh,
doobly doo.
really?
Hank and John Green. Yep, that's the thing.
I only ever heard it from Matt Coville.
That's fair. You're not wrong. Nibble Nipple. What about you? What streams are you playing on right now? RuneScape.
Playing on, yeah, exactly. Playing on this one Monday for a couple more, and then starting the new year with the Wednesday stream as well. I'll be taking part of that as Casper Flint Jordan.
Mhm.
And for Thursdays, you can catch me over at Danny Hurt One on Twitch for our what is it? Mistalin, something about Mistalin. It's the RuneScape 5e mashup that he's putting on, and it's a fantastic game, really
Wild.
fun. And on Wednesday, you'll find me DMing uh, for the next couple of weeks at least my own um, Diablo, Dungeons and Diablo sessions.
Nice.
So it's a Diablo 2 and 5e mashup. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a couple of years, and we're getting into the sunset of that long campaign. They're high level, 16, almost. Going to be reaching for 20 before they battle Diablo
Is that
and die
on
a couple times until
your
they amass an
own?
army or something.
Is that on your own Twitch or on Danny's Twitch?
That's also on Danny Hertz.
Perfect. I've linked it in the chat for folks. So.
Love it.
And our sensational geek baker.
Hi, Geek Baker. You can find me on Instagram at Geek Baker. I also have a Twitch, which I don't stream much. I'll be honest. You gotta bother Lego, because he was the one that got me into streaming, and so now I've been signing up for much more. I'm hoping to be on much more um sessions in the future. I'm hoping to get on the Wednesday session too, so you might be seeing me with these lovely folks again. But also I am working with Paladin's Archives. We are doing a 19-day stream to save up money for the SPCA. So I'm doing that right now as well. Also, yeah, that's pretty much me. I don't have much right now, but I'm hoping that you're gonna get sick of my face sooner or later.
But
It's gonna happen.
can I ask what the SPCA is?
The SPCA is based off abused animals in the US. They go in and they actually rescue animals, they take care of foster animals, and they take care of rescue animals. And it was a big part of my life because this lovely kitty here is actually a rescue. I
Yeah.
got her a year ago, and most of my animals have been
Rescue.
rescues and everything, so it's a big thing for me to give back to that, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have my little girl here.
That's a great cause. The little kitten that's been hopping around here has been from the Humane Society in the city that I'm from,
So
and love rescue efforts as well.
the it's the ASPCA for the states because Paladin's stream is based out of Texas. And myself, Alone Donut, Geek Baker, GM of Revan from our streams, also been putting in a lot of time. Unfortunately, due to some circumstances, the world record attempt for the longest D&D stream kind of paused because power outages and all that jazz. But for a good solid week and a half, we were doing 24 hours a day, handing the reins over, taking over each other's like the Twitch account, signing into a continuous OBS session, and just cycling players throughout. It was really, really cool. And we're gonna work again with them next year to try and do some good and raise a fair amount of money. You might also see a couple of folks from the Paladin Archive streams in some of our games as well, because we made some friends, and we'll
Phenomenal.
see who wants to jump in. So, um, I'm gonna rate us out actually, because well, for the folks on Twitch, for the 6 folks that are on YouTube, you're probably not going to see this, but let's see, heads or tails, Game Master.
Heads.
Heads. All right, we are rating out Magi RPG tonight.
Phenomenal.
And bear with me half a sec. Do.
It'd be really funny if you rated over to my Twitch and I'm already playing something else entirely.
How'd
Well,
you manage that?
I mean, you could
There's
if you
2
wanted
of
to,
me.
but
Nah. I unfortunately have a job in the morning and need to go to bed.
that is fair.
Same.
Thank you, everybody, for stopping by and
Thank you.
sticking with us
you.
tonight.
We'll see you next Monday.
See
We'll
you
see you
next
next Monday.
Monday.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Yes.
time.
Next
See you
time
next
on
time.
Avatar Legends. Bitch.
Yep. One solid bitch for the end.
Bitch.
Right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hi guys.
And
See you next Monday.
see you.
See you next Monday.